The following is a presentation of Ad Astra Radio, leading the way in local sports coverage. Stay tuned for Buhler Crusader football on 95.9 HKFM. Stream live audio and video of Crusader football on the free Ad Astra Radio app. Coming up, we'll count down to kickoff on the Midway Motors drive to the game. The Buhler Crusaders play on 95.9 HKFM.
Allen Samuels Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on the giant corner of 30th and Lorraine in Hutchinson, Kansas. We take pride in supporting our community and our student athletes. Hi, I'm the General Manager, Don Glassby. We want to wish our area teams a fun and memorable season. A great person once said, victory is in the quality of competition and not the final score. Visit online AllenSamuelsHutch.com and follow us on Facebook for weekly giveaways and special events. And as Mr. Samuels always says,
come by, let's be friends.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, a pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome into Week 4 coverage of Crusader football. We're on the road tonight in Towanda. It's the Buhler Crusaders and the Circle Thunderbirds on a very warm Friday evening here in late September. Hi, and welcome inside the Midway Motors drive to the game. Aaron West alongside Chris Shank. Matt Atherton down on the field here tonight for this Week 4 AVCTL Division III matchup. Buhler coming in tops in the league at 2-0. McPherson 1-0. Mulvane and Augusta 1-1. Winfield 0-1. And Circle 0-2. Last Friday night, a 38-14 loss for the Crusaders. Their first loss of the season at home against the Great Bend Panthers. And a tough night with turnovers and injuries. Of course, the loss, too, for the Crusaders really could just never get any kind of rhythm, Christopher, on offense. I think a lot of that was those multiple turnovers, some mistakes. Every time they'd get a drive going, something would set them back. But all in all, a tough night.
Yeah, Great Bend's one of those teams that's, very touted for good reason. They've got skill across the board. Buhler did a pretty good job of slowing Premer down last week, their star that's heading to Notre Dame. But, Great Bend was able to kind of stymie the Buhler run game, which, Coach Warner getting the run established is critical for Buhler's blueprint to success. The turnovers really kind of hurt. And the thing for Buhler, and just for any athlete, you have a loss, you got to have a very short-term memory because it's a long season and you just don't want one loss to lead to another.
Asher Zachary threw for 117 yards on 7 of 15, a touchdown and an INT. Tough night for Ben Klaus, 18 carries, just 61 yards. Matt, some interesting comments from Coach Warner this week in playing Great Bend. They have size, speed, physicality. His comment was that even if Buhler does make it to the state title game in 4A this year, that's probably the best team they'll play all season.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question that Great Bend has really built quite a squad. They're able to do so many good things. I was really impressed with the work that Great Bend was able to do defensively up front with their really starting with their nose guard. It's going to be really fascinating. That Coach really wants to come out tonight and establish kind of the historical brand of Buhler football, which just pounds the ball in between the tackles, and they'd love to get Ben in rhythm.
Absolutely. Move the ball methodically, move the chains and the clock tonight, and hopefully get out of here with a third win on the season. Another unfortunate takeaway from Friday night was the season-ending injury in the second half to McCade Zachary, who, of course, starting at cornerback, got a lot of time at wide receiver on offense. He is out, will have surgery on his knee on Monday, and we wish McCade a speedy recovery. In his place on defense, Garrett Gleason will move to corner, and Jacob Miller, Christopher, will move from the outside linebacker spot to Garrett's safety position.
Yeah, and it's one of those that anytime you have a senior have a season-ending injury, a junior, it's just a bummer because these kids work so hard, and they didn't just start working at the beginning of August. These kids lift weights, work all summer long, work in the off season as well, and always tough to hear your kid's season is going to be coming to a close.
Another key change with that, Matthew, is that Asher McConaughey will take over Jacob Miller's outside linebacker spot, and that moves Jackson Rumbaugh to in the 4-3 defense, a very important middle linebacker spot.
Yeah, although I really feel like Jackson is ready for this move up. He's really shown himself so far to be a pretty rugged tackler, and Asher has shown the ability, I really think, to read and react. You know, that Mike linebacker spot is a whole lot of downhill as Asher moves outside. He's got more decisions to make. Be really interesting and fun to watch those guys as they develop into those new spots.
Well, the Circle Thunderbirds tonight, this will be the 11th all-time meeting. Buhler leads the series 9-1, including a 55-14 win last year. 2 wins in a row. Buhler's only loss came here in 2022 in a back-and-forth game, 38-35. They're averaging almost 50 points a game in the series. 4 shutout wins. Circle has scored in the 10 games previous. They've scored more than 14 points only twice. And so it's been a series very dominated by the Crusaders. And we'll see what comes of tonight's meeting here in Towanda. Our coverage of Crusader football brought to you in part by Schmidt Electric, by Ideatech, Ag 360 Insurance, by Neufeld's Flooring, and by Daylight Donuts. We'll be back. More of our Midway Motors Drive to the Game is next on HKFM.
You're on the Midway Motors Drive to the Game on HKFM. Midway Motors, for every mile of life. Aaron West and Chris Shank bring you Crusader football Friday nights at 6:30 on HKFM.
Looking for a memorable night out in Hutchinson? Join us September 28th at Dillon Nature Center for our popular farm-to-table date night. Enjoy chef-prepared dishes made with locally grown foods, 2 complimentary drinks from a local brewery, and a cash bar. Mingle during cocktail hour, then dance the night away to live music under the stars. Tickets are just $65 per person, so don't miss out. Purchase tickets in person at Hutchrec downtown or online at hutchrec.com.
1947. It was the year the McKenzie Paint and Body Shop opened for business. That's over 70 years they've been serving the Mid-Kansas area with quality workmanship, excellent refinishing, paint, and restoration. McKenzie Paint and Body Shop specializes in foreign and domestic vehicles. Insurance claims are welcome and 24-hour towing and recovery service is available. At McKenzie Paint and Body Shop, they take the dents out of accidents. Just over the bridge at 45 Kansas Avenue in South Hutchinson.
At Prairie Star Health Center, we're here for you and your family, providing comprehensive healthcare services under one roof. Whether you need medical, dental, vision, mental health, women's health, or pediatric care, we've got you covered. Our dedicated team offers compassionate care to everyone, insured or uninsured. We understand healthcare can be overwhelming, which is why we strive to make your visit comfortable and stress-free. Visit Prairie Star Health Center today. Learn more about how we can help at prairiestarhealth.org.
Crusader football on HKFM.
And time for tonight's This Day in Crusader history. September the 26th of 2014, Buhler at home in a 55-27 win against Augusta. Quarterback Jace Williams threw for 3 touchdowns, rushed for 1 in that game. He had a 91-yard run for a touchdown. Williams went on to throw for 18 TDs that season. And, of course, he holds the school record all time with 48. It's the Circle Thunderbirds tonight. Buhler won this matchup 1 year ago, 55-14. They rushed for 422 yards on the ground. Ben Klaus with 17 carries for 210 yards and 4 TDs. Chris, in talking with Coach, is still trying to establish a rhythm or some consistency with that offense, still trying to mold all the pieces together. I know they'd like to come out tonight and just run the football at will.
Yeah, if you can run the football in high school football in Kansas, you're going to be successful. That's one of the reasons it matters so much to Coach Warner and the staff. You know, one of the things Coach Warner talked about that last week against Great Bend, Buhler did a pretty good job handling Great Bend's front four, but where they really struggled was dealing with that second level, the linebacking core. So that's going to be interesting tonight to see how well our offensive linemen climb to that second level this evening, blocking against those linebackers.
Matt, a big piece of that has still been figuring out exactly where to fit Landon Martinez, such a dynamic offensive weapon. I'm going to imagine that with McCade out, he sees more time at receiver.
Yeah, he is, boy, the word you used is right, dynamic. He is so dynamic when he gets the ball in his hands. He can just do so many interesting and unique things. And we've talked a little bit, both on the air and off the air, about how we felt like they've got to figure out a way to scheme the ball into his hands. And I think that it becomes even more important minus one of your main playmakers in McCade.
Also a benefit in that one of Asher Zachary's strengths is that deep throw along the sideline. And, boy, if you can get Martinez in space, good luck.
Yeah, and it's really special for Buhler with that combination because you guys know a lot of times you might have a receiver that can run out of sight, or you might have a quarterback that has a cannon from the arm. But at the 4A level, you don't always necessarily have them both, and so it's really special. And that's going to be an ability for Buhler to strengthen the field vertically with having Landon Martinez and having Asher Zachary hand on the till throwing the football.
Circle 1-2, 0-2 in the league. They lost last Friday at Mulvane 43-16. Their one win, an opening season win at Coffeyville 55-8. They come in averaging 29 points and giving up 23. Defensively, they forced just 2 turnovers on the year. Chris, they'll use both a 3 and a 4-man front. We see a lot of this now with defenses, and that they aren't a traditional 4-3 or 3-4. They're constantly moving so many pieces around to try and confuse the offense.
Yeah, they're trying to avoid the opponent's offensive line just being able to tee off on all week long repping that, hey, we're going to see a 4-man front or a 3-man front or a 5-man front. And so that constant movement, they're trying to put the offensive line into chaos. And but the neat thing is, Coach Warner, Aaron, he loves his offensive line. That's one of the spots on offense that he really loves to work with. And so the neat thing is it's kind of a challenge for those O-linemen, but the most important thing for them to be successful against a defense that shifts all the time is just the linemen talking to each other and communicating on who has who.
Circle is a predominant throwing team. They throw about 61% of the time. Their quarterback, a senior, Mason Stobart, has thrown for 575 yards in 3 weeks, 6 touchdowns, but also 5 INTs. The one thing he does not do well is run. He has 4 carries for negative 27 yards on the season. So he's really a pocket passer. Matt, you got to figure tonight, we've been so good over the years, Coach Cole's defense, at getting pressure up front. I don't feel like that's been a huge strength of ours the first 3 weeks of this season, though. Hopefully an opportunity to get some of those guys up front a chance tonight to get after the quarterback.
Yeah, I think part of that is that we faced a couple of running quarterbacks that are really good. Obviously starting week 1 with Manny Myers, but even last week, Great Bend's ability to move the pocket. With a quarterback that's going to be stuck in the pocket, I would sure think that purports to be a really big night for Jax and for Lane Burkhart on the edges. Would sure expect to see them in the backfield quite a bit.
And those 2 defensive tackles, who talked with Warner a little bit about this week, Chris, 2 sophomores in Jacob Burklow and Noah Hayes. And we've gone to that smaller 2-tech type of guy for a number of years now. He said we're still working with them on, in their stance, getting low enough to get off the ball and to be able to get under those big offensive linemen.
Yeah, that was one of the things we were discussing coming over here today, that traditionally that 2-tech spot is somebody that does have a lot of quarterback hurries and tackles. It's kind of been a quiet season so far this year from the 2-techs in that Buhler defense, but like you said, they're having to combat being a smaller guy, beating that size on the other side by leverage and by quickness. And so if there's anybody that can coach up a 2-tech to bring the heat, in the state of Kansas, it's Coach Coles.
Yeah, you look at Noah Hayes at just 173 pounds lining up against Carter Jenkins at 237.
Yep.
That's quite a difference.
Yeah, 50 pounds, 60 pounds, and there'll be even bigger gaps in differentials between Noah Hayes' size and some of the guys across from him this season.
Matt, how important for these guys tonight to get back on the right track? Last week was super frustrating for our coaches and our players and our fans. You got to think you want to come out of here tonight feeling better about things.
Yeah, I kind of looked at this game on the schedule as a make-right game after what you knew was going to be a tough one with Great Bend. Now, the thing that they cannot do is be so busy looking forward to Wamego that you look past Circle. I would think that's a reasonable thing for the coaches to be reminding the guys of. Circle, of course, always has a couple athletes, and this is another one of those teams, Aaron, we've talked about where things end up seemingly being fairly chippy between these two teams off and on through the years. So stay focused on the task at hand. Don't look forward to Wamego. Handle your business here.
I think we're getting all the chippy teams early in the year. Is what the schedule's kind of turned into.
Must be something about Butler County, right?
I guess so. Augusta's been that way for a long time, too. Well, when we go next week, of course, Circle this week, back-to-back road games for the Crusaders. Buhler and Circle coming up here from Towanda High School as we are closing in about 15 minutes on tonight's kickoff. We'll talk to head coach Steve Warner when we come back. This is the Midway Motors Drive to the Game on HKFM.
Next on the Midway Motors Drive to the Game, our pregame conversation with head coach Steve Warner. Stream Crusader football on your smartphone with the Ad Astra radio app. Buhler Crusader football on HKFM.
At Quality Body Shop in Pleasant View, we are committed to giving our customers our best. Need a rental? We have Hertz rental cars on site. For 50 years, setting the standard. Quality Body Shop in Pleasant View. Quality you can see, every detail, every time.
For all your general dentistry needs, head to Lyman Family Dental. Next to Bank of the Plains on 30th in Hutch, now offering in-office teeth whitening. Lyman Family Dental, brightening smiles one visit at a time.
Have you been thinking about remodeling your home? Hi, I'm Karen at Stang Plumbing and Design. I would like to invite you to come into our showroom at 2415 North Main Street. We will take the time to build relationships and trust as we have done for over 60 years. At Stang Plumbing and Design, we truly get to know a customer's needs and wants. Stang Plumbing and Design. For us, it's not just a remodel, it's a relationship.
And back here on our Midway Motors Drive to the Game, time for pregame thoughts from head coach Steve Warner. Coach, I know for our coaches and our young men after a frustrating loss, good to get back on the field tonight and hopefully get that pointed back the other way.
That's the plan. Get that taste out of your mouth and be hungry and be aggressive and take it away from a decent Circle team that has a quarterback that can put you in a situation for them to to be successful all the time, because moving people around, throwing the ball around, we've got to be ready. And I always say that the best defense is a good offense, and that's when we keep the ball for a long time and keep it away from their offense.
Yeah, they've kind of got a big play offense. They can score, put up 55 in week one. They've got a quarterback who throws it quite a bit and can throw pretty well.
And throws pretty well. He does, and he has athletic receivers that catch it. So we need to get pressure on him and be relentless and just get after him and get him moving out of the pocket, because he's really more comfortable just staying in the pocket, and we want to get him moving.
4-2-5 defense that they employed seems like anymore. I guess maybe it's always been the goal, but defensive coordinators are getting more creative with their defenses and moving guys around and trying to confuse the offense as far as who's bringing pressure and where guys are going to.
Well, and that's what we do too. We're doing the same thing, but it can affect us offense and our offensive linemen. That's why it's so vital that they recognize the front and the look that we're getting, because it does change our blocks, and that's very important. But we also want to be able to move their linemen and get into the linebackers so that we can put Ben in a situation, or Max or Asher, or they can make a move on one person and go score.
As the offensive play caller, you feel like you're in a pretty good spot, kind of know your strengths and weaknesses at this point, or are you still trying to massage and fine-tune some things?
I think we're still in that phase, like you said, massage and fine-tune, but it's way better than it was week one. Week one, and yes, we still believe in what we do, and we're going to have those plays, but the wrinkles, the tweaks that we do, knowing the kids and knowing who we want to get the ball to, and I mentioned it last Friday after the game, we have to find a way to get Landon the ball, and right now as a sophomore, putting him as a tailback Ben is outstanding, and Landon is smaller, but we worked on some things this week to get him the ball, and if we can line up and run the football between the tackles and tight ends, we're going to do that. But if we need tweaks, we've worked on more tweaks to get him the football.
Well, we've been able to do that, obviously, on special teams, and he's had a big effect in the game there in the first 3 weeks.
Well, he really has, and I'm surprised that Great Bend kicked to him, because he's had a lot of yards returning already, and I'm sure I think the people will quit kicking to him eventually. They're going to have to. So we'll talk about that and put in a reverse for him. This isn't a week for that because they don't kick it very deep. But we've got to do some things again to make sure he's getting the ball.
You're not. You surprise me every once in a while with a wrinkle that I haven't seen before, but.
Well, pretty much we do. And there were a couple of wrinkles the other day, and then there were some wrinkles that we ran and the kids didn't run it right, so it didn't look like a new wrinkle, but that's okay too. And that's what we do. We're trying to tweak things and always trying to improve, and things we picked up when we go to camps and things that we see, sometimes even watching a game on TV that you see something that you think we could do, and but we're always looking for wrinkles.
Boy, in a class here in the 4A West where everything is so tight, all of these games are super important for you to get to where you want to be at the end of the year.
Without a doubt. We'd like the high seed, and we just need to keep winning one game at a time.
Yep. Take care of business tonight. Hopefully it goes well on the field, 2 on the road, and hopefully keep everybody healthy tonight as well.
Right. We don't want any more injuries. We've had enough of those, and let's just keep moving forward, and let's be the hammer, not be the nail.
Yeah. Looking forward to it, Coach. Appreciate your time as always. Best of luck. We'll talk to you after the game.
Thank you.
That's our pregame chat with head coach Steve Warner, and we're back with more right after this.
We're just minutes away from tonight's kickoff. Just ahead on the Midway Motors drive to the game, Chris gives us his 3 keys to victory. The Buhler Crusaders play on 95.9 HKFM.
Are you building a house?
A swimming pool?
Are your lights flickering?
Call Schmidt Electric.
That's Schmidt Electric. 960-6755. Schmidt Electric will take care of all your electrical needs.
Got Spock?
Isaacson Insurance Agency, 38 years in business, available 24/7 to handle all your insurance needs. Visit isaacsonagency.com or call 620-727-0653 to start saving today. Isaacson Insurance Agency, free to do what's right for you.
When it comes to quality athletic equipment, First Team Sports is a name you can trust. First Team has been manufacturing superior sports products since 1996. From dunk-proof basketball hoops and soccer goals to volleyball, pickleball, and tennis systems. First Team manufactures it all, even bleachers and stadium seats. Visit firstteaminc.com or stop by the showroom at 902 Corey Road in Hutchinson. First Team Sports, manufacturing superior athletic equipment.
Crusader football on HKFM.
And back here from Towanda, busy night in the league. Mulvane at Augusta, Clearwater at Cheney, Valley Center at Andover Central, McPherson at Winfield, El Dorado at Rose Hill, Labette County at Wellington, Andale at Collegiate. Also a busy week 4 on our Ad Astra Sports Network. Games will be following tonight: Smoky Valley at Wichita Trinity, McPherson at Winfield, Hillsboro at Hallstead, South Sumner at Hutch Trinity, Lions at Ellsworth, Sterling at Ellenwood, and Andale at Collegiate. You can stream live audio and video of tonight's games on the free Ad Astra radio app, powered by Nextech Wireless, the latest phones and devices at the best prices. Well, down on the field, our kickoff conditions, Matt, and this might be our warmest kickoff this season.
Yeah, last time I checked, right around 80 degrees, but really no breeze to speak of. I don't think wind is going to be a factor in this game at all. So kind of just a calm early fall night, really, as the sun sets. Should be pretty pleasant for football.
Our Ag 360 Insurance ones to watch tonight. Contact agents Darren Eddy and Cody Moores in Inman, partners in your legacy. Couple of spots I'm going to be watching for. Chris, I don't know your thoughts with some changes on defense, moving around the linebackers with Asher sliding to the outside, and then Rumbaugh in the middle, and then obviously Jacob Miller moving back to safety.
Well, the neat thing about Jacob Miller moving to safety is he's such a smart and just cerebral player. He's played for a long time. He's got good vision, and so him being at the back end of the defense, too, you just feel really good that the last line of defense is somebody that's like Jacob Miller.
All right, and what you guys think about this? Let's go out and win that turnover battle tonight,
yes.
huh?
Oh, that is my key number one this evening is the turnover side of things. So, that us being even on the season, something that we definitely want to improve on.
All right, pumped up down on the field. We'll send you there next for the coin toss and tonight's opening kickoff. Back with more of the Midway Motors drive to the game right after this. You are listening to Crusader Football on HKFM.
Hi, this is James with IdeaTech. We love bringing internet freedom to the residents and businesses of Buhler. IdeaTech is a proud supporter and the preferred internet provider of the Buhler Crusaders. As the Crusaders know, speed wins. We back up our lightning-fast internet with a customer-first philosophy. That means you will talk to a live person from our office in Buhler when you call in. If you're not already a customer, go to ideatech.com and click on Check Availability. Or you can call us at 620-543-5000 to inquire more about our services.
Ocelots, eagles, and otters, oh my! Come see all the animals at the Hutchinson Zoo. Ride the train, visit the gift shop, or even have your birthday party at the Hutchinson Zoo. The zoo creates experiences for children and families to learn, engage, and conserve the natural world. Plan your visit today by checking us out at hutchinsonzoo.org. And follow Hutchinson Zoo on social media.
Looking for something to do? Check out the Hutchinson Zoo.
HKFM.
Well, tonight it's the road white uniforms, white pants, white tops with the dark lettering and the dark helmets for the Crusaders. The Circle T-Birds in their home blue uniforms, blue pants, blue tops, white numerals trimmed in gold with the blue helmets. And just like tonight's teams, I Need a Cleaners can help you look like a winner. It's where to take your clothes. Well, as we await the captains approaching midfield, Matt, some final thoughts from down on the field.
Yeah, just was listening here to Jacob Miller talking to one of the officials. They were just kind of chitty-chatting. He said, I'm playing safety for the first time tonight. Don't know much about that because it's just linebacker with a head start.
I thought against a...
That's funny.
I thought against a Division I caliber receiver last week, he did pretty well.
No, he really
he was great all night long.
Big. Yeah, Ian Premer was not much of a factor in last week's game, and a lot of it had to do with Jacob just being that physical guy and not being afraid of him.
And if you're some little guy, you got a 230-pound safety coming at you, I mean.
Yeah, that might give you a little bit of a pause.
All right, well, we're set to go. Crusader football on this Friday, Week 4. Coverage brought to you by Inman Funeral Home, by Lyle Gertson with Align Realty, Isaacson Insurance Agency, by the Buhler Booster Club, and by Wifco Steel Products. The lights are already coming on here in Towanda at Circle High School, right at the 50. The captains meeting at midfield for tonight's coin toss, and then we'll get to this Division III football game underway. Let's send you down on the field, and now for the opening thoughts from our officials.
Right? All right. A referee tonight. I just try to stay under the radar.
This and us will help you out. Okay? This is heads. That is tails. That's heads. That is tails. What do you want? I'll let it hit the ground. It's heads. Defer.
All right, so Buhler lost the toss. As such, they will receive and defend the south end zone.
All right, Buhler will have the ball first here tonight. Chris, how about some keys to the game?
All right, 3 main keys tonight. Number 3, a fast start. Circle's been blown out the last 2 weeks after winning Week 1. You want to take away their hope early. Don't let these guys hang around and think they have a chance to hang with us. Number 2, I think pressuring Stobart. We've talked about it. He is a thrower. He has negative rushing yards on the year. Buhler needs to get pressure on him tonight. And then the number 1 thing tonight, winning the turnover battle. Stobart so far this season thrown 5 picks for Circle. Hopefully Buhler can add to that stash tonight. And overall, Buhler's absolutely even Steven on the turnover battle this year. Tonight would be a great night to put that much more in the positive for Buhler.
Well, our Heartland Wealth Strategies starting lineups. The offense for the Crusaders, junior quarterback Asher Zachary, 359 yards. He's completed 45% of his passes, threw for 117 last week, 3 touchdowns and 4 INTs. We'll see Ben Klaus in a tailback, averaging 6.6 yards a carry on the season. And we'll rotate Max Harmony and Asher McConaughey at fullback. Receivers that you'll see tonight include Lana Martinez, Eli White, Dylan Skripsik, Jacob Miller, and Jax Pratt are the tight ends. Up front, the offensive line, the tackles, Nixon Stanley and Logan Turner, John Aldridge and Gabe Edmond at the guards, and Colby McCarty is our starting center. What better place to be than a high school football field, gentlemen, on a Friday night?
No doubt. Exciting. It's hard to believe that we're already to week 4. So we're, after tonight, halfway through the regular season, which just kind of unbelievable. It'll be October Wednesday, fellas.
And will Circle kick to Landon Martinez?
Well, you heard Coach Warner in the pregame said he was shocked that Great Bend kicked to him. Let's see if Circle got the memo or if they are going to roll the dice and gamble.
And just a thing, it's Garrett Gleason on the other side of the field tonight.
Martinez and Gleason as Circle will kick toward the south end zone. Taken by Martinez, fumbled and then picked up at the 5. He'll go from there and up the middle across the 15-yard line and tackled near the 17. And that's where Buhler will take over on offense. 1st and 10. Remember that one big key that Christopher talked about in this game is no turnovers tonight.
Avoid those turnovers like the plague. It was Jay Bonewitz in on the tackle for Circle. So let's see if Buhler, how we attack these T-Bird defense right out the gate.
So Buhler from their own 17 going left to right, 1st and 10. They'll put the wing Miller in motion from right to left. And here is Ben Klaus busting off a tackle on the right side at the 35-40 to the Buhler sideline at the 50 into Circle territory and high steps his way up to about the 42.
Well, I tell you, Circle making no bones about it. They had 2 nose guards right in the A-gaps, a ton of guys right at the line of scrimmage at the snap. The trouble with that is if you don't let them you don't make a stop right there, you have nobody in the second level. Great big run by Ben Klaus right out the gate.
Great job by our senior tailback, 41 yards on that carry. And they'll mark him, actually give him a couple of more up to the Circle 40. Now 2 wings with McConaughey on the right side. Miller again in motion. And off tackle left goes Ben Klaus to the 35 and drug down to the 31. Little bit of a wrinkle with that double wing look, Chris, and then putting Jacob Miller in motion.
Yep, and that got the Circle defense looking. That time, one of their corners, Dominic Sawyer, in on the stop. It's always good if the opponent's secondary is making tackles because that means you are downfield.
Oh, already one First National Bank first down on this drive. Ben's carry there got to the 31-yard line. And that'll set up a 2nd down and short. Let's call it 2nd and 1. Far side hash mark going left to right. Back to the eye look with 2 tight ends. Play action to the right. Here's Asher throwing. Hits his target. It's Jack Spratt, the tight end on the right side. 1st down up across the 15-yard line.
Yeah, a 2nd and short is a great throwing situation because if you don't get it, you've got the 3rd down to try to pick it up. That time, little play action, rolled Asher Zachary to his right and found Jack Spratt just on a drag route on the near side, and Buhler is inside the red zone for the first time this evening.
Well, let's have that give our quarterback some confidence.
No doubt. Everything's rolling for Buhler's O right now.
In the red zone with the First National Bank first down. Asher out of the gun. Ben Klaus on his right hip takes the snap, hands it off to his tailback, straight ahead. And Klaus comes out of the scrum with the football and all the way to the 5-yard line. Well, if they can move the ball in chunks like that.
I mean, yeah, I think our smallest gain so far is 8 yards. I mean, Buhler is just going right at Circle, and so far the T-Birds don't have an answer.
That looked more like a rugby formation there, and Klaus squirted out of there with the ball. So it'll be 3rd to make it 2nd down. So 2nd and less than a yard.
Guys, we're going to have a timeout. I think there was some substitution confusion down here on the field.
So Buhler's going to call its first timeout of the half in the red zone, driving. Trying to go up early in this game and a 0-0 score from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Hey folks, this is Darren Eddy with Ag 360 Insurance in Inman. Farmers, would you like to have your farm and personal insurance handled all by the one agency? At Ag 360 Insurance, we can handle it all with one agent. We would love an opportunity to sit down and visit with you about your insurance needs. Feel free to stop by our office on Old K61 in Inman or give Cody Moores or myself a call today at 620-585-2128 or check us out online at ag360insurance.com.
HKFM.
Out of the timeout, Buhler possessing the ball on a 3rd and 1 from the Circle 5-yard line, right side hash mark. Asher Zachary goes under center. 2 tight ends with Klaus and Harmony behind the quarterback, and it's the inside handoff. Max Harmony, one guy to beat to the end zone. Number 20 gets us on the board on the first drive. Touchdown, Crusaders.
Great job by Harmony, just finding the little seam there. Fullback dive up the gut, found the pay dirt, and Buhler's first drive ends the way you want every drive to end, with 6.
How good did that drive feel?
Really good. Not a negative play on the drive, no penalties, just really clean.
There is a flag.
There was a flag win. Both teams are already set up for the extra point. Was there a flag?
Yeah, I think they had 12 men on the field.
Circled it.
Yes.
Okay. This is Nathan Wells to kick on the PAT. Out of the hold of Bison McCurdy. Interesting, we noted and the kick is up and the kick is good. So 7-0 start. 9:34 to go in the first. Buhler on top here from Towanda, from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Neuffeld's Flooring in Buhler, a few miles out of the city, light years out of the ordinary. Since first opening their doors in 1965, Neuffeld's Flooring has offered one-of-a-kind flooring and accessories that perfectly pull your project together. That long-standing tradition continues today. Regardless of budget, Neuffeld's Flooring can help turn your dreams into realities. Visit their showroom at 110 West 2nd in Buhler and find Neuffeld's Flooring online at neuffelds.com.
Hi, I'm Melanie Block. First National Bank is here to help your business by offering a variety of services to manage and improve your cash flow. Our business banking team is a trusted partner in the community, here to provide solutions to the challenges your business faces so you can achieve all your business goals. From small to large businesses, we have the knowledge and power to help you succeed. First National Bank of Hutchinson, always first for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
HKFM.
Well, Buhler kicked off at the 40 with that penalty on Circle on that last PAT. And a squib by Wells. It's scooped up by Gabe Duncan at the 30. Circle with good field position here at the 35.
Yeah, Buhler electing to not kick it deep that time, just trying some squib action. Pretty much not much of a return, but Circle is able to field it pretty early on the squib.
So from their own 35, this is Stobart out of the gun. One back to his right, two receivers right, one left. They'll put Dominic Sire in motion, and he is swallowed up in the backfield. Flag comes out, getting to him first, Noah Hayes, but a flag out on a negative play by the Circle T-Birds.
And unfortunately, Noah was pretty high, so it might be a face mask against Buhler.
Yeah, I'm fairly confident that's what it was.
And Hayes got great pressure, but like we said, just came in with his hands too high.
Personal foul, face mask against the Crusaders.
So the first penalty of the night will be charged to Buhler. First Buhler penalty of the night. Circle with one, now Buhler with one. Each team with a penalty here in the first quarter. It's going to be of the 15-yard variety. It'll advance Circle forward to the 45. It'll be 1st and 10 from there. Circle runs just 39% of the time of the year. Quarterback Stobart loves to throw deep over the top. You'll see a lot of motion, a lot of movement with this offense. Here is Stobart, quick out to the far side and lit up, and that's going to be a flag.
Oh, wow.
I did not see that on Martinez as the ball was caught on the far side by Jay Bonewitz, but a flag out immediately.
I mean, he tackled him in space. He was low.
And he hit him right as the ball got there.
They're going to pick that up.
Defensive pass interference.
How is that defensive pass
They're going to
interference?
say he hit him early, but to me, it looked like, Matt, I'm 100% with you. It looked like it was perfect timing. A fantastic football play going to get negated there, and I don't agree with that one at all.
Well, that moves the ball to the Buhler 40. Successive penalties have advanced the ball into Buhler territory. 1st and 10 of the Buhler 40. Sawyer goes in motion left to right. They'll hand it off. This is the tailback first run of the night, bouncing to the outside. And a good run for Franklin Ukwe. He's a 5'10", 180-pound senior, and he advances the ball in the red zone on a nice run all the way down to the 18-yard line.
I tell you what, Ukwe, he's 5'10", 180, but just very strong player and looks dangerous with the football in his hands.
22-yard run. 1st and 10 T-Birds at the 18. Stobart out of the gun. Ukwe to his left. 2 receivers to the right. And they will clap it with 10 seconds on the play clock. Pass complete, far side. And then gang tackled near the 10 is Rocky Cosby. He's the number 2 option on the season for Stobart. That is his 4th catch of the year, and Circle is now down near the 10-yard line.
Yeah, and Cosby just looking really comfortable catching that ball in the flat and turning upfield. He's definitely one of those receivers that can do something with it after he makes the catch.
Went out of bounds on the Circle sideline at the 11. So 2nd down and short. Right to left here. And they'll hand it off. Ukwe hit hard up the middle at about the 9.
Yeah, fantastic job that time. It was Asher McConaughey stepping up and just submarining him right at the line.
So it'll be 3rd down and 2. You got to figure T-Birds down 7-0. 8 minutes to go the first quarter in 4-down territory. 3rd down and 2 after that stop on the inside run by Asher McConaughey. Again, McConaughey had been at Mike linebacker, but with the injury to McCade Zachary and moving things around now as one of the guys on the outside. This is 3rd down and 2. And a quarterback keeper, and they're going to lose yardage in the option play. Stobart faked the handoff, tried to get around to the edge to the right side, and the Black Knights sniffed that out for a loss of a couple back to the 11.
Yeah, Stobart looking really kind of lumbering forward. You can see why he's not much of a running threat as a quarterback. Definitely out there for his arm strength and not his fleetness of foot.
He came into the game 4 rushes for negative 27 yards. He adds to that negative total there. 4th down and 3. This is a huge down in this game. 2 receivers tight to the right side. Stobart standing tall in the pocket, now being pressured, slings it incomplete. He tried to thread the needle to his tight end, and that pass incomplete to Cody Hofer, and it ends up as a turnover on down. So a golden opportunity for Circle goes for naught. Buhler's got the ball back, though, deep in their own territory.
Yeah, great pressure that time by Pratt and Hayes, just right at Stobart, kind of forced him to throw it early. There were some receivers that had broken free on coverage, but when you have some D linemen bearing down, you just have to unleash it. That's exactly what Stobart did. So Buhler's defense bends but doesn't break, and they stymie Circle on their first possession of the night.
How about a 90-yard drive here? 1st and 10 from their own 10. 6:58 to go in the first. Buhler leading 7-0. Asher's going to hand it off. Here's an inside run by Klaus. Now spinning to the outside, gets across the 15 and up to the 16-yard line. And I'll go back to this, Chris. If he's going to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards on every carry, it's going to be a fantastic night for Ben.
Yes, huge. Yeah, he did not have a ton of big runs last week. His credits, Great Bend's defense was so good. But, yeah, if he's ripping off 4, 5, 6 yards of play, that's fantastic. Jackson Smith on the stop on the last down for Circle.
We'll call it 2nd down and 4 here right in the middle of the field. They'll put Martinez in motion. This is the jet sweep. Martinez the handoff going right to left. And fighting for yardage,
Wow.
A big surge. You got to push from behind and ends up at the 19. The ball came out at the end of the play, and I think the officials are going to keep it with the Crusaders. And they're actually going to move the forward progress back to the 17.
Yeah, the fumble must have happened after he was already down because they're going to take back about 2 or 3 yards from the end of that run.
So 3rd down and 4 here. Big 3rd down. Buhler's not had a 3rd down try yet.
Yep.
Now in their 2nd drive.
First bit of adversity Buhler's really faced this night on offense.
Trips right. Asher out of the gun. Tailback pitch. The toss to the right. Klaus trying to get to the edge. Gets a block on the edge. Gets to the 20, 25, 30. Still on his feet. Weaving, dodging, and bobbing through traffic. And gets the First National Bank first down. That has just been Klaus finding his way somehow through traffic up to the 33.
Great effort that time by Klaus, just continuing to have good vision and being patient. He was very patient to wait for the holes to open up in front of him. Kadrick Corky, one of the D tackles, having to run him down from behind, but great run by Klaus and great blocking downfield by his Crusaders.
First and 10 at the 33, clock running, 5:07 to go in the first, 7-0. Here's Klaus as they work out of the gun again. Ben up the middle, a lot of pushing and shoving there in the middle of the line. And Ben forward progress up to the 34 and a gain of 1.
Yeah, Jay Bonewitz, one of the senior linebacker leaders for Circle, in on the stop. And that was Buhler's probably least successful play of the evening, just being a 1-yard pickup.
That last carry on third down, that might have been one of my favorite Klaus runs of the year.
So patient, so patient.
So just a gain of 1 brings up a 2nd down and 9. Back to the eye, 2 tight ends, single receiver split to the left. And they'll hand it off. This is Klaus, nothing in the middle now, springs to the edge on the far side and finds room up to the 39-yard line. And that's a gain of 5. It's going to set up a 3rd down and short. From the 39, they need to get to the 43 for a 1st down.
All right, Buhler converted on their last 3rd down try. Let's see if they can continue the momentum and get this conversion right here.
Still first quarter, 3:57 to play. Buhler up 7-0. A 5-yard Max Harmony touchdown run on their first drive. Jacob Miller goes in motion from the wing on this play. Here's Klaus in the inside run, puts the shoulder pad down. He's going to be short of the line to gain. Gets up to the 41, so it's a gain of 2. And it looks like coach is going to elect to bring the punt team on.
Yeah, the free safety, Gabe Duncan, came in and just cut Klaus after he picked up a couple yards. Buhler's on their side of the 50, so going to play the field position game here and try to pin him deep.
I got to tell you, I'd be so tempted to go for it here, but not the Riverboat Gambler, as they're going to send the punt team on. This is Dylan Skripczyk to kick it away with the right foot. Good kick. It lands at the 25 and then rolls out of bounds from there at about the 23. All right, defense stood tall on that last drive. How about no penalties on this drive?
Yeah, I mean, that's what really gave Circle some momentum out the gate. With the face mask and then the pass interference. So let's see if Buhler can play some good, clean football here on defense. Good effort. Just got to clean up the penalties.
All right, Circle with their 2nd touch tonight. They had it all the way down to the Buhler 10 on their first drive and could not score. 3:09 to play here in the first quarter.
15.
T-Birds from their own 23. Stobart works out of the gun with a back to his right. They put Sawyer in motion. And here is Ukwe gobbled up for a loss on the left side. We've seen this time after time. Ton of motion for Circle, trying to divert eyes on their defense and get guys going in the wrong direction.
Yeah, trying to get people to blow their assignments, but that time, Buhler's so disciplined up front. Ukwe, there just wasn't anywhere for him to go here as he worked towards his left.
Lost back to the 23-yard line, so they call it no gain. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Forward progress stopped at the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers right with Stobart, the senior quarterback, out of the gun. Ukwe switches sides to the left of the quarterback. They throw in the slot, complete. And a short gain. That's Rocky Cosby with his 2nd catch of the night and gets up across the 25 to the 27.
Yeah, they ran the little wide receiver split screen on the far side, but I tell you what, Noah Hayes showing his quickness as a defensive lineman as he was out there to make the tackle in the far flat.
Well, Circle 0 for 1 on 3rd down of their first drive. They have a 3rd and 5 here at the 28-yard line. Trips left, single receiver right, single back. Stobart out of the gun, pressure off the edges. He'll step up in the pocket, fires it down the field, and Dominic Sawyer coming back to the ball. It was underthrown. And a heads-up play with Gleason in coverage. Sawyer, who's the leading receiver, that is his 14th catch of the year, did a good job of coming back to the ball.
Yeah, and Dylan Skripczyk did a good job defending that time. He was able to just drop him the instant he caught it, but heads-up play made there by the senior receiver.
Up to the 46-yard line, a flag comes out here before the snap. Dominic Sawyer coming into the game, 13 catches, 321 yards by far. Circle's leading receiver. That is his first catch tonight. And there must have been movement on that Buhler line. It's going to be a third Crusader penalty here in this first quarter. And that sets up a 1st and 5 in Buhler territory at the 49. Stobart steps up in the pocket, slings it over the middle, and it is bobbled and incomplete in traffic. That was a great throw by Stobart. Bonewitz slipped between two defenders, but then as he was going to the turf, he just never could gain control of the ball.
And fantastic play made that time by Dylan Skripczyk. As the instant he was bobbling it, he delivered a blow and tackled him, because the instant the guy touches the football, you can make a play defensively. They can't call pass interference there, but
I thought that was a pretty throw by
it was. He was able to get it over the top of a couple defenders, and Bonowitz just couldn't hold on to it.
It'll be 2nd down and 5 with Stobart out of the gun. 2 receivers left, 1 right. 7-0 Crusaders. Late handoff, and that was the wrong decision by Stobart. The delayed handoff to Ukwe. And he's going to lose at least 5 back to near the Circle 45-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 46.
Lane Burkhart in on the stop with that play right there, and so now Circle with 3rd and a long ways to go.
Kind of looked like a read option play.
Yeah,
but there was a lot of confusion on that. I don't think Ukwe thought he was getting the ball.
Well, I think both quarterback and running back could feel the walls caving in, and kind of both of them, neither guy wanted to try to get out of jail there.
All right, so it's 3rd and 10 with 34 seconds to go in the first quarter. They'll put a receiver in motion, 2 left and 2 right. Pressure again over the middle. And Stobart comes to the sideline and overthrows. He had Sire wide open. He had 2 defenders breathing down his neck, and then ended up getting hit on the sideline right after he let it go, but it's short of Sire, incomplete.
Lane Burkhart with the hurry up that time, just corralling him out of bounds and delivering a blow perfectly timed right as he let go of the football.
And Circle not able to convert there on 3rd down. They'll have to punt it away with 20 seconds left to go in this quarter. So they'll kick it away from the 35. Stobart, the quarterback, is also the punter. And Buhler's going to get out of the way of this one. Garrett Gleason will let it bounce. It'll be down at the 30. And Buhler will take over on downs, 1st and 10. 7-0 Crusaders. They scored on their opening drive from their own 17. We're down to 10 seconds to go in this first quarter. They'll start this drive from their own 30. Lined up in the eye. They're going to overload to the far side with 2 receivers. In the slot, Landon Martinez. This is Klaus on the ground. Big hole in the middle. Still running at the 45, all the way down to near midfield. Another great, you used the word patient, great vision. Just so hard to bring down Ben Klaus. And they'll mark him down officially at the Buhler 48-yard line. And that will be the final play of quarter number 1. Your Crusaders up 7-0 in week 4. 1 quarter in the books. From the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Rise and shine. It's daylight time and time to go to your happy place. School's back in session and mornings just got busier. Start the day right with fresh donuts from Daylight Donuts. Made from scratch daily at our 30th Street and Main Street locations in Hutchinson. Pack a dozen glazed for the teachers. You'll probably get an A. Or grab breakfast sandwiches and kolaches for the kids on the go. Beat the morning rush with online ordering at HutchinsonDaylightDonuts.com. Because great days start with great donuts. Daylight Donuts, fresh, hot, and ready, open at 5 a.m.
If you're feeling overwhelmed or in crisis, you're not alone. The mobile crisis team at Horizons Mental Health Center is here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And, if safe and appropriate, will travel to meet you right where you are. Get support today. Call 1-800-794-0163 and ask for mobile crisis.
HKFM.
Well, Ben Klaus had 210 yards on the ground in this game a year ago. He's already got 108 after the first quarter. 1st and 10 Crusaders after that last First National Bank first down. Two tight ends set. This is Max Harmony, the fullback. Carries into T-Bird territory. And a nice gain, a physical run to the right side by Max. And he gets across the 45 and up to the 44-yard line. The running game so far, so good.
Yep, and if you can keep pounding away, time of possession really on Buhler's side. And two, you know this, Matt, that circle defense is only going to get more tired dealing with Ben Klaus and the line blocking so well.
Yeah, you just can't play after play after play after play in the trenches like that.
They stay with two tight ends. Miller to the left side, out of the eye. Zachary under center. He'll snap it. Play action. Wants to throw right side. Caught! That is Pratt, the tight end, up across the 20-yard line, deep into circle territory. The tight end, Jackson Pratt, with his second catch of the night, into the red zone with a first national make. First down to the 15.
Biggest passing play of the night for Buhler, and that's the good thing. When your run game is battering the defense, they're going to start selling out to try to stop the run. And like you said, second catch tonight for Jax Pratt. Both of them on kind of drag routes right in front of his quarterback, Asher Zachary. Great catch and great throw.
Yeah, and they're rolling Asher, both of those plays, those counter passes, rolling Asher to his right. I just think he's more comfortable throwing that way.
That went for 30 yards. Back to the ground they go on 1st and 10. Boy, look at Klaus. He is so determined tonight, slipping off tackle after tackle inside the 10. And down to about the 8-yard line.
Jay Bonowitz with the tackle again. I mean, that poor guy for Circle has had to make a lot of stops tonight at that second level as the outside linebacker.
To the 7, they mark it 2nd down and 2 here. 7-0 Crusaders, 11:01 to go in the second quarter now. Two receivers left out of the I formation. And they'll stay with Klaus on the ground. Inside handoff right. And has a touchdown. Klaus to the house for 6 on a 7-yard run, and Buhler goes up 2 scores.
Well, I can't remember his exact total last week, but I think Ben Klaus has an opportunity to surpass that in the first half this evening.
Well, he was under 100 yards last week. His career high came against Augusta 2 weeks ago, 283 yards on the ground. Ben Klaus with his first touchdown tonight of 7 yards. And Nathan Wells, the PAT is good. It's a 2-score lead. Buhler up 14-0. 10:55 to go in the second from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Even trying to enjoy a fun event can be difficult after the loss of a loved one. Unanswered questions, feelings of stress and grief are only natural. As the owner and director of Inman Funeral Home, I bring over 25 years of experience bringing comfort and empathy during time of loss. Rely on me to guide you through all aspects of planning a funeral service with compassion, dignity, and respect. I'm Athena Johnson with Inman Funeral Home. Find me at inmanfh.com.
Bank of the Plains, founded in 1906, has kept its tradition of serving fellow Kansans with integrity and innovation. Today, the bank continues to uphold these same values as they did 117 years ago. We'd like to visit with you in person, so please come by 517 East 30th in Hutch to learn more. Making your success simple. Bank of the Plains, an equal housing lender and member FDIC.
HKFM.
And back here from Towanda, another squib kick by Wells, taken short at the 25 by Cosby, and he'll be hit out of bounds. Here the 31-yard line. Coverage of Crusader football brought to you by NetF Insurance, by Community National Bank and Trust, by Pleasant View Hall, by the Hutchinson Zoo, and by Scooters Coffee. Circle will start this next drive at their own 31-yard line. 10:50 to go here in quarter number 2.
Stat update from statistician Andrew Epp. Klaus averaging over 11 yards a carry here in this first half.
That'll make you some money.
Yes, sir.
Here's Stobart out of the gun. 2 receivers right, 1 in the slot to the left. Now they put the tailback in motion. Hit as he throws over the middle and incomplete, and that's going to be a flag.
Rats. Dylan Skripsick was in coverage that time on Dominic Sawyer. He didn't catch the football, and they're going to say Skripsick didn't hit the brakes fast enough.
The pass short of the receiver over the middle And unfortunately, Skripczyk, with all of his momentum, just carried him right into the receiver. And I think it should have been a flag.
So they will pull, Buhler making some substitutions.
That'll already be the fourth penalty.
So
on the all on the defense?
Yes, I believe so. So a guy seeing some action here, Xander Radnick, sophomore, one of the linebackers, in for first time this evening.
That'll move the ball up to the 46. Sawyer goes in motion, and they'll hand it off. Here's Ukwe. Big run across the 40. And that'll move the chains. The T-Birds up to the 36. He's got some real ability.
He does, especially if he's just running straight ahead. That time, Asher McConaughey saving Buhler's bacon after the big run by Ukwe.
So for the second time tonight, the T-Birds are in Buhler territory, left to right at the 36, trailing by 2 touchdowns. Here's Ukwe again, far side. This time has nowhere to go, trailed and chased down by Lane Burkhart on the far side, and a loss of about a yard. We'll mark it back to the 37.
Yeah, we've called Burkhart's name quite a few times tonight. Good to see the D-end getting in the action tonight defensively.
Had to know after a tough week last week, those defensive linemen would come in hungry tonight.
No doubt.
And they have. We've called Noah Hayes' name several times too.
As a D lineman, you love going against passing teams because that means you really can pin your ears back and just give a good pass rush.
2nd and 11 with Stobart out of the gun. Play action throw, far side caught. 30, 25, 20 and chased down from behind. Far side caught by Jay Bonewitz. And that'll set Circle up in the red zone. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 17, and they're going to go no huddle here, a gain of 20. Stobart will take it, snaps his hands together, handoff, near side, new running back here at the 10, and then chased down by Jacob Miller. On the carry, first carry tonight for sophomore Jason Smith.
I tell you what, when Circle has been successful in the passing game, they're getting the ball out quick on the pass play before that run play. I mean, that ball was out of Stobart's hands incredibly quick.
Well, it's going to set up a 1st and goal at the 6. T-Birds trying to get on the board. They scored 55 points in week 1, but just 17 2 weeks ago, just 16 last week. As Sawyer goes in motion, they'll fake it to him. Ukwe on an inside handoff, and that hole was there, and then it closed very quickly. Gain of just a yard to the 5-yard line.
Noah Hayes on the stop for Buhler. Like you said, the hole was there briefly, but then Hayes closed it down.
How deflating would it be for Circle's offense if they get down here again and are stopped for a second time?
Well, it gets tougher for spread teams to score when they get this close to the end zone because all that vertical part of their offense doesn't come into play.
Some late substitutions as the clock winds inside, the play clock winds inside 15 seconds. 8:17 to go here in the second quarter, 14-0 Crusaders. They go 2 backs in the backfield. They'll put 1 in motion. Stobart is going to hand it off to Ukwe. He sneaks free, still on his feet, going for the goal line. Fumble! They're going to call the touchdown, though.
Yes, because if you break the plane, as long as you have possession, then it's a touchdown. So unfortunately, Ukwe's fumble comes a little too late to help out Buhler.
Ukwe was initially stopped short, but a second effort got him in the end zone.
Guys, I think that was probably the right call. It seemed like he did break the plane before the ball came out.
Well, I think the takeaway from early in the game here is they've got to clean up the penalties.
Yeah.
Ukwe is going to be the kicker from the 10. Not a great snap, and the kick's going to be blocked. Said Burkhart over the middle, who got a hand on it. So the PAT no good. That makes it 14-6. 8:02 to go in the first half. From the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Crusader fan, this This is Lyle Gertzen, proud alum of Buhler High School and game day voice of Crusader football and basketball. I am honored to support Crusader athletics and academics. As your full-service real estate agent with Align Realty of Hutchinson, I bring over 30 years of experience in appraisal and real estate, ready to assist you with all of your real estate needs, finding homes for buyers and buyers for homes since 2013. Call or text me, Lyle Gertzen, with Align Realty, 620-899-4211.
Struggling to catch your breath? Whether it's asthma, COPD, or pulmonary dysfunction, Hutchison Pulmonology Associates are here to help you breathe easier and live life to the fullest. Don't let breathing problems hold you back. With expert care and personalized treatment, we're here for you every breath of the way. Visit hutchregional.com or call 620-513-4800 today. Breathe better, feel better with Hutchison Regional.
HKFM.
Atlanta Martinez, Garrett Gleason back for this kick return. Akwe from the 40. End over end kick. Martinez backing up, and this one will bounce in the end zone. Well, how unusual to have 4 penalties in the first half, all on the defense.
Yeah, typically the offensive side of the ball is where your penalties come. Really with Buhler, other than the offsides penalty on defense, they've all just been kind of hustlish type plays where a guy was just trying to make a play, and then guy was trying to make a tackle, got called for the face mask, tried to make a tackle, got called for pass interference. So they haven't been necessarily discipline penalties, just been just going the way of Buhler the wrong way.
From their own 20 out of the eye, this is Klaus. One man to beat far side, still on his feet, 30, 35, 40 to the edge, 50, and then pushed out of bounds deep in circle territory. Another big run by Ben Klaus down to the T-Bird 45-yard line with a First National Bank first down.
Well, he's got to be pushing the 150-yard mark here after that big run. So great to see that senior tailback. I mean, circle really, once Klaus gets past that line of scrimmage, there's not many defenders downfield.
They did a nice job running away. They had a blitz coming from the left side of the line, and Klaus ran right. There's only just not enough guys there to corral him.
That run goes for 35 yards for Ben. First and 10, right side hash mark, right to left to the T-Bird 45. Asher wants to throw. Martinez on the edge, can't find it. The throw was a little bit high and behind Landon. And Martinez, he had a chance at it, but I don't think he ever quite found it, and it came down and hit the turf.
Yeah, Martinez initially was kind of looking over his outside shoulder, which is kind of awkward if you're a wideout, and just couldn't quite find the football.
But he was open.
Yep. Got open. Ball was underthrown a little bit, so it would have been a Herculean effort for him to get back to it.
I think we try that deep throw again at some point.
Yeah.
Second down and 10 at the 45. Double tights. And here is Klaus again. First time tonight he's been held to negative yardage, a loss of 1. Circle really stacking the box to stop the run that time. And Buhler's going to face a 3rd down and 11 here.
So let's see if Buhler can convert. Probably not in 4-down territory at this point in the game in this part of the field.
If they got most of it, would they be? Say if you're 4th and 2.
That'd be interesting.
3rd and 11 here from the 46. They stay with the 2 tight ends. Asher to throw, wants Martinez coming back to the ball. Thrown a bit high and incomplete in single coverage again. And that is 2 near misses from Asher. Zachary and Atlanta Martinez are going to have to punt the ball away.
And Landon upset with himself on that one. It hit him in the hands. He would have had enough for the first down had he been able to hold on to the football.
Guys from where Landon's looking for that, just because of where Asher was at when he threw it. He is staring right up into that light pole on the north end of the other side of the stadium. Really hard to see from over here.
So Circle is going to get the ball back with 7:07 to go here in the second quarter, trailing 14-6. And Skripczyk's kick is going to be taken by Akwe. Across the 30, he'll be tackled near the 33-yard line. He is a tough runner to bring down. a senior, Franklin Akwe. That is EKUE, 5'10", 180, but he runs bigger than that.
He does. He looks a lot bigger than that on the field. Jacob Anderson with the special teams tackle for Buhler there, one of the seniors.
Well, T-Birds with some momentum here from their own 33, going left to right, trailing by 8. 2 rushing touchdowns in the first half for the Crusaders, one by Max Harmony and one by Ben Klaus. Coverage of Crusader football brought to you by Heartland Wealth Strategies, by Dix Phillips 66, Hutchinson Regional Medical, by The Hub, and by Agro Center. They're going to run with Akwe, spins out of a tackle, and I think his run is going to net him even less yardage. Going the wrong way, trying to spin to his right, and he will end up all the way back at the 27.
The Buhler defense is too quick to run side to side. That time he tried to cut back from running to his left, running to his right, but Asher McConaughey just closing the gap and lowers the boom and circle behind the sticks here now on second down.
That initial defense done by Jax on the far side forced the runner back. Asher did a good job staying home.
Talked about the Kenny Rogers song last week. Sometimes you got to know when to fold him.
Yep.
Loss of 6, 2nd and 16. Play action. They'll throw far side and broken up. Broken up, incomplete. Garrett Gleason. The great play intended for the receiver. That is Bonewoods on the far side. It'll be 3rd down.
I tell you what, Gleason was maybe a step from taking that to the house.
He's trying to time it.
Yes, he timed it perfect, got there, knocked it away, and yeah, he had some momentum and some energy there after the stop.
Chris, I don't know about you, but that hitch to the wide side of the field is a dangerous pass in this part of the field.
No kidding. Buhler's got too good of a secondary. Those flat throws are dangerous throws.
Gleason has an INT this year and a fumble return for a touchdown. They're down at 16 here at the 27. We're going to have timeout called by a Circle. 6:07 to go in the first half. 14-6, Buhler, big 3rd down when we come back for the T-Birds from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth.
Do you have the right financial advisor to help you reach your goals? Ameriprise Advisors can provide personalized, goal-based advice to help you feel more confident about your financial future. Call me, Zach Trump, with Prairie Hills Financial Group of Ameriprise Financial Services at 620-663-7478. Office is located at 1724 East 30th, Hutchinson, Kansas. Ameriprise Financial cannot guarantee future financial results. Ameriprise Financial Services, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC.
HKFM.
Had a good visit with Zach Trump today at the UV Labs for Learning. Of course, he's got 3 in college and then 2 in 5th grade. I'm like, man, is he going to start all over again?
Yes. Yeah.
He had a big day at Labs for Learning.
Yeah,
today.
no, it was awesome hearing all those cut-ins, hearing you get to interview some of the kids and what they enjoy most about 4th grade. I heard some of those, and it's a neat deal. They're celebrating the 10th Labs for Learning fundraiser, so always good to see the Buhler community come together to support our schools.
3rd down and 16 here. Empty backfield set. Trips left, 2 receivers right. Starbart will take the snap, throws over the middle. It is caught in traffic. 1st down at the 50 to the Buhler 45. And a nice pass and catch. Jason Smith with his first reception tonight. And Circle has a 1st down up at the 43-yard line.
And Smith just kind of set up that route, kind of underneath the 2 high safeties, was able to catch and then really pick up some yards after catch that time, and getting into Buhler territory at the end of the reception.
I think it was for 30 yards to Jason Smith, 6 foot 175, a sophomore. 1st and 10, T-Birds back in Buhler territory, trailing by 8. Play action, they'll throw to Smith, or I think that not Smith, but Dominic Sire in the slot to the far side. And his pass up complete to the 35 and a gain of about 8.
So now Circle in an obvious probably throwing situation, 2nd and short. Don't be surprised if they don't go big here.
When we don't get pressure on the quarterback, Stobart's been able to have success.
Yes, and they have a lot of routes where they have Stobart just catching the snap and getting it out quick to try and negate that Buhler pass rush.
2nd down and 2 here from the 35. Play action again, pressure off the edge and thrown short.
Big heat that time. Max Harmony as well as Jax Pratt bearing down on Stobart. He had to unload that one in a hurry.
Hey, guys, just a little bit of information. It looks like Colby McCarty is sitting down over here. They've wrapped his thumb up, maybe some sort of hand injury. It doesn't look like he's real likely to come back into the game anytime soon.
It'll be interesting to see who they slide to center. He is starting at center in place of injured Landon Simon.
Buehler's going to get called for the encroachment that time. Give Circle a first down.
A 5th penalty on Buehler's defense in this first half.
They went with the hard count, and multiple D linemen for Buehler jumped. Just got to block out that snap count and watch the football.
So a new set of downs for the T-Birds. This will be the 7th play of the drive upcoming. 1st and 10 from the 30. And play action. Stobart unloads over the middle and incomplete. Martinez in coverage intended for Rocky Cosby in the end zone.
And good job by Martinez, just bracketing him on the high side. That way, if the ball was thrown long, Cosby wasn't able to get to it. And that ball a little bit too high for Cosby to break with Martinez being right there. Well, the crazy thing about this, you sit here and go, Circle, it's a one-score game. Circle could potentially tie at this possession. Feels like Buehler's moving the ball offensively, but so is Circle.
2nd down and 10. They're going to put it on the ground here. Delayed handoff inside to Jason Smith, his 2nd carry of the night after that big catch he had earlier on this drive. Forward progress up to the 30, I think the 26. So it's a gain of 4. It's going to set up a 3rd down and 6.
Jacob Miller coming up from the high safety position to make a stop there.
Yeah, initial contact, Jackson Rumbaugh, and he put a whopping on the ball carrier.
Be tempted to unleash the Knights here. Go get him.
Yep.
3rd down and 6. Here comes the pressure. Quick throw, caught. Sawyer, but it's going to lose yardage. He had to unload it in a hurry because he had pressure coming. Sawyer caught it. His momentum takes him out of bounds. They're actually going to give him a positive gain across the 25 to the 24.
Yeah, Landon Martinez ran him out of bounds. So Circle, the last time they were in this situation, went with the hard count, and Buehler gave it to him. So see if Buehler can be disciplined here and not give him the freebie.
4th down and 4. Stobart out of the gun, empty backfield set. Pressure up the middle, and it is incomplete. Stobart with a throw wide of his target. He had Gabe Duncan wide over the middle, pressure up the middle. Maybe Stobart trying to get rid of it just a little quicker than he wanted to, but it's another T-Bird turnover on down.
Yeah, good pressure by that Buehler D line, making Stobart not comfortable, because I've been really impressed by Stobart tonight. He's a guy that if you let him have time, he can make some throws, and he's got some arm strength to really stretch the field.
Guys, once again, that pressure coming from Jackson Rumbaugh. Really nice job on that A-gap blitz.
And if you get a chance, you might see who's in at center here. From their own 24, 1st and 10.
I believe it's Gabe Edmond.
They're going to throw over the middle. That is Jacob Miller, the tight end, with his first catch of the night.
It is Gabe Edmond who's slotted into at center.
So Gabe Edmonds moved from the quick guard position over to center. And Jacob Miller on that catch, the tight end, gets a First National Bank first down up to the 35-yard line.
And Gabe Edmond, just another sophomore contributing here on Friday nights for Buehler. This has got to be a kind of a record year for sophomores getting PT on Friday nights.
See who is slotted into Edmonds' spot. Trips bunch to the left. Here's Asher out of the gun on 1st and 10. He's going to take off with it. Now throws over the middle, incomplete. Probably in a penalty marker out at the end of the play. Probably a play where Asher would have been better off just to tuck and run.
Yeah, he was trying to find Jax Pratt downfield. Gabe Duncan with a good play defensively. He was saying some stuff to Jax at the end of it, so they're going to wave off the flag. So
there is no flag.
They say no penalty. Okay.
Now 2nd and 10.
2nd down and 10. Just trying to see who the new guy on the line is out there. Not found him yet. Second down and 10 at the 35 after the incompletion. Here's Klaus, big run right side. Another First National Bank first down. And they might mark him just short. Got across the 40, needed the 45. I think they're going to mark him a yard short at the 44-yard line.
Guys, Jackson Rumbaugh has come in to play left tackle. I think that's part of that shuffle on the offensive line.
All right, so Colby McCarty is out. 3rd down and 1 at the 44. And they'll give it to Klaus. And slips a tackle to the 40, has a 1st down and more. 35-30, still on his feet. Ben Klaus came to play tonight. Up to the 24 and another First National Bank 1st down, a gain of 20.
Klaus just showing a lot of experience back there at the tailback spot, waiting for the holes to open and just following his downfield blocks and showing his strength. And Buhler, we're going to be under 2 minutes to go here by the time this football snap here in the 2nd quarter.
14-6, 2 minutes left in the half. Klaus again, off tackle right side, gets to the 2nd level again, across the 15 down to the 13. Something I had noticed in their first 3 games, their front 4 have very few tackles on the season.
Yes.
A lot of runners getting to the 2nd level.
Yeah, anytime you can take care of that 1st level, get the running back, because then once you get to the linebackers, then it's a defender having to make a play in space. And Klaus is one of those guys, if you're trying to tackle him in space, he is tough to catch and bring down.
End of 11, 1st and 10. Near the 11. And here's Ben again inside, across the 10, across the 5, still on his feet, and drug down to the 4-yard line. I think it's going to be 2nd and 1.
Yeah, Klaus just burrowing ahead that time, and Buhler knocking on the door here.
You're talking about the tackle in space. See a lot of guys reaching.
Yes, yes, yes.
And against a guy like Ben, it does not work.
Yeah, well, Ben's got a good combination of quickness and shiftiness, so he's a tough guy to catch in space.
Guys, timeout circle.
We're going to have a timeout here with 1:09 to go in the half. We'll remind you to stay tuned coming up for our Community National Bank and Trust halftime report. Monty Cross with the Buhler Frolic Committee will join us to talk about the Frolic and events coming up this weekend. They actually begin tonight in Buhler. They've got a concert. Flatland is performing, and then a full day of activities tomorrow at Buhler Frolic.
And, of course, the world-famous double parade tomorrow, 10 o'clock high, a Buhler tradition like no other.
Every year, Monty tells me this, but they're hoping for the biggest double parade ever.
Yes. Well, they can probably claim it's maybe the biggest double parade in Reno County. Maybe Kansas.
It's the only one I've ever heard of, so good luck to our athletes performing this weekend. We'll get to some of that in the 2nd half. Great week for our Buhler golfers.
Yes, best team score of the year today at our home tournament over at Heston. They played well and won the Nickerson tournament yesterday.
I think they're going to come into their own right in the right time. 2nd and 1 here, flag out at the snap.
I think it's going to be our first offensive penalty of the night. Going to hit Buhler with a false start, so tough place for it to happen inside the 5, so it'll be 2nd and goal now from the
9-yard line. Well, every half has things that you come away, we got to fix these, the penalties in the first half.
Yes, yes.
That is number 6. First on the offense.
2nd and 6 on the 11.
With a 2nd down and 6 from the 11, they'll stay in the I. 2 tight ends. Lana Martinez, the lone receiver to the left. Play action. Asher going to his left. He hits his fullback. Touchdown! Max Harmony for 6. Rushed for 1 in the first quarter. And now he catches 1 in the 2nd, and Buhler goes up 2 scores.
Yeah, Buhler runs a little play action. That time, Asher Zachary been rolling to his right most of the night. This time he's rolling to his left. Finds Harmony, who makes the catch near the goal line and escorts the football across the goal line to get Buhler back up by 2 scores.
Yes, Max's first catch of the season. And it goes for 6. Wells on for the extra point. He is perfect 3 of 3 tonight. We have 1:02 to go in the half. Buhler leading from Towanda, 21-6 from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
This is Annette with Annette KF Insurance. Inflation is hitting us hard. so it's a good time to review the cost and coverage of your auto and homeowners insurance. As an independent agent, I represent Goodville Mutual and several other fine companies. Stop by Annette Epp Insurance in Hutchinson at 2500 North Main, Suite E, or call 620-662-4900.
Do you need custom shirts, hoodies, polos, or other apparel printed or embroidered? Hi, this is Tyler with 37 Print Company in Hutch. Whether it's for your sports team, business, or church, we've got you covered. Check out our work on our Facebook page at 37 Print Co. We print shirts.
Why choose I Need a Cleaners? Expert dry cleaning and our professional shirt service. We take time to care for all your special items. When laundry piles up, let us do it for you. I Need a Cleaners. It's where to take your clothes.
HKFM.
Nathan Wells squibs it with 1:02 on the second quarter clock. And Circle will start out of bounds on the Buhler sideline. They're going to start near the 36.
Yeah, Garrett Gleason made the initial contact, but then was run into by one of his own players. So Max Harmony finishing off the tackle for Buhler. But Circle, unfortunately, has some good field position. They have, well, it shows on the board 3 timeouts remaining. I think they only have 2, but still, not out of the woods yet here in this half.
Watch a big play over the top. 1st and 10. Under a minute to go in the quarter. They throw it short. Far side to Akwe. His helmet comes off at the end of the play. Or maybe that's a defender's helmet that rattled off. He is physical up to the 42.
It took Max Harmony and Garrett Gleason to bring him down that time as he caught it in the far flat. And Harmony's going to have to come out as his helmet popped out.
And Asher Zachary will check in for Max Harmony. This might be his first defensive play of the year. Empty backfield set on 2nd down and long. Woo! It's picked off! It's picked off at the 35. Return to midfield. 40, 35, 30. Still on his feet. Up to the 20. Buhler's got it back. First turnover of the night. It's Dylan Skripczyk with the INT.
Buhler takes advantage on the turnover game there. 1-0 on the turnovers. And that is the 6th pick of the year thrown by Stobart. Great job by Skripczyk to get the pick and get the massive return to set up Buhler just inside the red zone. Buhler's got a golden opportunity to go up by 3 scores.
First interception of the season by Skripczyk. That was a bullet thrown by Stobart.
Yes. Good play made. Let's see if Buhler, we have all 3 timeouts remaining. This is a great chance to try to get more right here.
Officially marked it at the 18, 1st and 10. Right to left here from the left side, hash mark. Asher out of the gun, Ben on his right hip, trips to the right side. Asher stands in the pocket, now unleashes, and it's wide open.
Picked.
But through the hands of Pratt and picked off. He had Jax Pratt, the tight end of the right side, open, but Asher threw it a bit wide. Jax couldn't corral it. And that'll be Asher's first turnover of the night, his 5th INT of the season, so we trade interceptions here.
Well, 16.9 seconds left. It'll be interesting to see if Circle tries to hit the home run here or just goes conservative. I think they're probably going to take a swing here, so let's see if the D-line can get some pressure and try and make something happen with Stobart in the end zone.
From their own 3-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, and they just hand it off. Akwe driven out of bounds. That's a great effort to pick that ball off. The unfortunate part is he had his tight open on that drag to the right side, wide open.
Yeah, just airmailed it a little bit over his intended target. Sometimes right after a turnover, you got a little bit extra adrenaline running through the system. And
gain of 3 for Akwe now. 11.6 seconds to go in the half. They've got to take a shot here, don't they?
Yeah, I think so. They have the chance to try to cut it to a 1-score game here.
2nd down and 7.
I think they just want to give Stobart a little bit of breathing room down near the goal line.
Stobart out of the gun. Akwe to his right. They're going to keep it on the ground. So Logan Clothier electing to continue some conservatism. Akwe does get a 1st down, gets out of bounds across the 15. And up to the 17-yard line, so still a little time on the clock now, 6.9 seconds. And a fresh set of downs for the T-Birds.
And I tell you what, they are probably going to take a swing here because now they're at the point that even if they turned it over, Buhler wouldn't have much time to do anything with it.
6.9 seconds to go in the half, and they will keep it on the ground. Inside handoff. Forward progress up to the 24 by Jason Smith. And that will be the final play of the half. Circle will get the ball to start the second half with Buhler up here 21-6.
Guys, I'm here with Coach. Coach, both sides of the ball able to do some good things. Those penalties really were problematic. What do you tell the boys at halftime?
No, we got to be smart. I mean, we had a late hit that was not smart at all. We got to be smart. And I love how we're moving the ball on the ground. We should be able, we should have had 40 points by now. And then our defense, we knew they have a good offense, and we've seen it. And number 6 is dynamic, and the quarterback does a great job.
Coach, obviously some more change on your offensive line. What's the plan moving forward?
Well, we've got the line in right now that we're going to go with. Rumball, who's been sprained ankle, but he's now playing quick tackle, and then we move Logan Turner to big tackle. And that'll be we'll have to stay with that because we don't know about Colby yet.
All right, thanks, Coach. Appreciate it. Good luck in the second half.
All right, well, injuries have, in particular on that offensive line. Second center, McCarty, and he's out. Not sure what the determination is there. And
I talked to Doc Lackey. He thought it's either a broken thumb or a dislocated thumb.
So good news is offensive linemen don't need both thumbs, right?
Well, I think you probably do if you're going to snap the ball.
This is the toughest part of your job here. Focus on the scoreboard.
Well, we certainly wish. Let's hope for the most positive outcome.
Yeah, no doubt. And it's one of those things that when you have those injuries on the line, just like in a lot of places on the field, one guy goes down, then you have to start shuffling people, and that's what Buhler's had to do up front.
All right, up 21-6 here at half. Our Community National Bank and Trust halftime report. It begins next here on HKFM.
Stay tuned for the Community National Bank and Trust halftime report. Coming up, tonight's Crusader Spotlight and our Dix Phillips 66 first half fill-up. Buhler Crusader football on HKFM.
Hi, this is Jen Stallman with the Buhler Booster Club. The Booster Club supports all student activities and athletics at Buhler High School. Be sure to follow the Crusader Closet and Booster Club on Facebook for events and new Crusader apparel arrivals. We are excited to be able to accept credit card payments at our concession stands this year. Buhler Booster Club is grateful for the continued support from our generous donors.
Hi, it's Aaron West, voice of the Crusaders, and Astro Radio is a proud Buhler Booster Club member.
Got a tough to-do list? Tackle it with an even tougher Can-Am Defender. Agri Center has just the one for you. This capable and clever side-by-side for work gets the job done. With a class-leading 69 foot-pounds of torque and up to 2,500 pounds towing capacity. Come see us in Hutchinson and Salina to learn more about the 2025 Can-Am Defender HD10. No matter the task, no matter the terrain, you can rely on the Can-Am Defender. So head on down to Agri Center, just named 2023 National Dealer of the Year in Hutchinson and Salina.
From their beginnings in 1989, Wifco Steel Products has grown to be the premier supplier of storage tank hardware in the U.S. and Canada, and they're still growing. Apply today at wifcosp.com. Wifco Steel Products, the experts in steel fabrication.
At Mid-Kansas Credit Union, we live by our motto, grounded in the past, growing for the future. We are a full-service credit union with offices in Mound Ridge and Buhler. Mid-Kansas Credit Union would like to wish all the athletes the best of luck as they compete this season.
Whether you want a small home remodel or need repairs done or have a brand new build project in mind, Erickson Custom Building is your choice. All of us at Erickson Custom Building would like to thank our customers for 20 years of business and friendship. Brian and the crew at Erickson have spent those years developing excellent customer service and quality leadership for all types of projects, big or small, traditional or trendy. When your project is finished, it will reflect your vision. For quality and follow-through that exceeds your expectations, not your budget, call Erickson Custom Building or find us on the web at ericksoncustombldg.com.
Well, back here at halftime tonight in Towanda, it is Buhler Frolic weekend. A lot happening in downtown Buhler, and Monty Cross with Buhler Frolic. Hey, man.
Hey, how's it going?
We're doing well. How are you?
I am fantastic. Excited about this weekend for sure.
Yeah, well, I know you're busy tonight, so thank you for taking some time, adding a little Friday entertainment to the show.
Yeah, you know, we tonight on the DB Extreme stage, we have Flatland, and
all right,
a local group. Kind of a cover band. They're going to be performing from 6 to 10 tonight. Free concert, so we're asking the community to come on out if they didn't make it to the game. Come out, listen to some music, spend some time with others in the community, and, you know, just kick off Frolic. So we're leading into tomorrow because we have a huge day scheduled tomorrow.
And, of course, yeah, you mentioned Saturday. We get things kicked off early with the Be Well 5K, and vendors will be opening up, and we'll get busy.
Yeah, so this is our second year for the Be Well 5K. The school district runs that for us. Paul Erickson is always in charge, and he's done a fabulous job of growing that and making it bigger this year. Vendors will be open by 9 o'clock, and our raffle table will be open by 9 o'clock. And, you know, we really lead into that 10 o'clock hour because that's the excitement always is our famous double parade, and it starts at 10 o'clock tomorrow.
Yeah, people, by 8 o'clock, they'll be lining up their chairs, getting their spot.
Make sure you get your spot. Yeah, you know, and this year our theme is a sock hop. We wanted to go back to the 50s and kind of have that feel to it. We've been told there's several car clubs coming tomorrow to have their cars in our parade.
Well, that's fun.
So we're looking at having potentially one of our biggest parades that we've ever had. We've got several class reunions happening. I know one class reunion has 2 trailers that they're going to put in the float because they have so many coming back. So It's kind of exciting to see, you know, these classes come back to be part of the community during the Frolic time. But also it's fun to see, you know, like our kids that are involved in the parade as well.
We talked about the inflatables after the parade. Of course, vendors will be open, and then there'll be a number of activities.
So on the entertainment side, at 11 o'clock is when that will start. We have the PHMS Singers, the Crusader Singers, and the Buhler Singers. They'll all perform right there in that 11 o'clock hour. Then we're going to let lunch happen, and then right after that, we've got entertainment lined out for the whole afternoon before we even get to the activities part. So we have a gal coming down from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Her name's Nora Dolly. Great gal, great singer. She's a music major. She has a beautiful voice, and so I always call her the doll from Sioux Falls. So we're going to have her come and sing. Brody Baker and Josh Lightsey, they're both going to be performing in the afternoon as well. So we're going to have some great entertainment for those that may not want to be involved in some of the activities. But on the activity side, we're really bringing in a lot of stuff this year as well, and even some new stuff. So we will have the inflatables going all day long. The inflatables are the only thing activity-wise that there is a cost. It is $5 a wristband to have your kiddo jump on the inflatables. But everything else that we're going to have down there for the day is going to be free. So we have a travel miniature golf course coming that's going to be set up after the parade. That's going to be free to the public to use.
Okay.
Axe It Up is bringing their portable axe trailer over. So if you want, you can go over and try your skills at throwing an axe. We are going to have a money scramble for the kids in different age groups. Mid-Kansas Credit Union sponsors that. And it's kind of fun. We take a couple bales of hay and we break them up, and then we throw coins and dollars out in it, and we mix it up, and we say go, and they go scramble through that looking for quarters and dimes and nickels and dollars, and that's a lot of fun to watch them go through it. And you know, that takes maybe half an hour or so, but that money scramble is at 1:30, and that's going to be down by the fire station. So if you got a kiddo that wants to scrounge around in some straw and try to get some money, that's a good thing to have them come down and do. Another one of the fun things that we like having going on is our raffle. We've got quite a bit of stuff to go on to put into the raffle tomorrow. It's always $1 a ticket. You get 6 for $5, or we'll do an arm length for $20. So, you know, we've got some nice prizes. Fortunately, we've got some really awesome sponsors this year. We were able to raise quite a bit, and we actually exceeded what we were wanting to raise. So that's why we're able to bring some of these extra things in.
Fantastic.
And again, we're trying to make Frolic fun for everyone. We're trying to get it to where people from the community can come in and find something to do.
Yeah, absolutely. You should not be bored. Activities all day, and then we'll start to get into some evening stuff.
Right. So as we lead into the community meal at 6 o'clock, at 4:30 though, to kind of lead into that, there's always that little pause in between the raffle and when the community meal starts. We're bringing back bingo, and it's been a crowd favorite, especially the last couple of years. We only have 12 prizes, so there's only 12 games. And if you bingo, you actually draw a number from a bucket, and whatever number is on that corresponds with the prize behind the curtain. It's kind of like the old Let's Make a Deal. All of that leading into our 6 o'clock is our community meal. We're going to have a pulled pork dinner. Anthony does his famous beans. It is free to the community. It's free to anybody that wants to show up. There is no cost. There is a free will donation. All donations are going to go to a fund that's at Buhler Grade School to help some of those students out that are in need. They'll help buy them a coat for the winter if they need to. They'll help cover their lunch money if they're running short on their lunch money fund. They kind of help some of that.
Yeah.
They just take care of some of the needs of some of those grade schoolers that need it. That's what the free will donation is going to go towards. So any money that we can raise for that is absolutely awesome, that we can give back to our community, give it to the grade school, give it to those kids. Following that dinner at 6 o'clock, we're going to have yet another concert at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Close to Land is another local group that's going to be performing from 7 to 10. I should mention that both concerts are in our beverage garden this year. This is something new that we're trying. We're bringing Carrie's Beer Garden in from the State Fair. They're going to run the beverage part for us. There's going to be beer, soda, and water for purchase. Something new that we're trying again as well to try to get more people to come and patronize the Frolic and listen to these bands. It's going to be a good time, and that's kind of how we're going to cap Saturday night off, is by having that concert.
All right, buddy. Well, we'll look forward to it, and we'll see you again tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see you bright and early, man.
Bright and early. Looking forward to it. That's Buhler Frolic. Check it out. Concert tonight, all day tomorrow in downtown Buhler. We'll have more of our halftime coming up right after this.
This is the Community National Bank and Trust Halftime Report. As we get ready for tonight's second half, we'll catch you up on other scores in the Buhler Dental Care scoreboard. The Buhler Crusaders play on 95.9 HKFM.
Hi, this is Lucas Sawyer, Market President with Community National Bank and Trust. Community National is a Kansas-based bank focused on our customers and growing the communities we call home. With over $2 billion in assets, 40 locations, CNB&T has the resources and technology to make your banking even more convenient than before. Stop by one of our banking centers in Stafford, Buhler, Inman, or Hutchinson today, or check out mybankcnb.com. Member FDIC, Community National Bank and Trust, your community bank.
Wouldn't it be nice in a power outage if you could just push a button on your light bulb and the light turns back on? Now you can with Satco's LED lamp with battery backup. Stop by Sunflower Electric in Hutchinson, Great Bend, or Liberal to get yours. It can be used for up to 5 hours in a power outage and can even be used as a flashlight. This bulb works in any regular table lamp while easily charging during regular use. No special installation needed, just $15.95 only at Sunflower Electric Supply. Come see us today.
Crusader football on HKFM.
21-6 Crusaders here at the half. Our Community National Bank and Trust halftime report. Crusader football brought to you by Mid-Kansas Credit Union, by Erickson Custom Building, Midway Motors, by Sunflower Electric Supply, and by Crop Lumber. You know, I was looking, Coach Chris made those comments. He thought, hey, we should probably be up twice as much as we are. Only 6 drives in that first half. Pretty quick first half.
Yeah, very. Time went really quick, and when you say 6 drives, that means, okay, Buhler has had 3 empty possessions. One of those was a very short-lived possession of just one play. So, but yeah, I know where Coach is coming from, because Buhler has been able to move the ball on these guys. It's just been a matter of they haven't quite finished every drive.
2 touchdown runs in the game, one by Max Harmony, one by Ben Klaus, and then the touchdown pass from Asher to Max. Circle with a 1 touchdown early in the second quarter, a 5-yard Franklin Akwe run. Really what's 2 things that have aided Circle's offense. They've gotten some timely big pass plays, but then Buhler defensive penalties. I think they had 5 defensive penalties in the first half that really aided Circle's offense.
Yeah, and I mean, you think going clear back to Circle's very first drive of the game, Buhler had a couple big penalties on it, and that helped kind of give Circle some hope that they were going to be in this ball game. So, if Buhler can really limit those penalties here in the second half, that's going to help. And and just try to turn them over. Right now, the turnover battle is back to being even Steven. Hopefully Buhler can turn them over more here in the second half.
Well, the key defensively has been getting pressure on the quarterback.
Yes, if Stobart has time to throw, and if they have a quick out or quick pass, he's been able to be successful. If Stobart has guys in his face and it's a little longer play, he's had to unload it under duress.
The Circle will have the ball to start the second half. Halftime here in Towanda tonight. We'll be on the road next Friday at Wamego. We'll invite you to join us Monday night for our Crusader Coaches Show. We're live every Monday at 6:30 from AJ Sports Grill inside the alley with Coach Warner and players in Hutchinson. We'll come back. Some first half numbers. Our Dix Phillips 66 first half Phillip. And we'll also update you on some other scores in our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard. This is the Community National Bank and Trust halftime report on HKFM.
More of the Community National Bank and Trust halftime report is next. Community National Bank and Trust. Small enough to know you.
HCU Investment Insurance Services, and as an alumni of Buhler, I am proud to sponsor Crusader Sports. HCU Investment Insurance Services is located inside Heartland Credit Union at 23rd and Severance in Hutchinson. Call me today at 620-669-0177 or 800-428-8472. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Insurance products offered through LPL Financial or its licensed affiliates.
At People's Bank and Trust, we value our customers. We know you have plenty of choices for your mortgage loans, but we think we have what you're looking for: relationship banking. And if you're considering refinancing or purchasing a new home, check our competitive rates before you make that change. Your payments will be made at home, and you'll receive good personalized service. That's how we've established many long-lasting relationships. Make a change, know your lender, and make your payments at home with People's Bank and Trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Looking for memory care that feels like home? Pleasant View Home offers private rooms, 24-hour specialized care, and monitored doorways for safety so you can have peace of mind. Our memory care neighborhood includes a secure outdoor courtyard and its very own activity director to keep residents active, engaged, and fulfilled. This is care that puts the resident first, with compassion, comfort, and respect. Pleasant View Home in Inman.
Crusader Football on HKFM.
And we're back here at halftime. Time for our first half. Dix Phillips 66 Phillip. 4th and Stevenson Hutch. Every journey begins with a stop at Dix Phillips 66. Andrew, how about some first half numbers?
Well, Buhler has the lead 21-6. Feels like it could be a lot more. The Crusaders outgaining Circle 299 total yards to the Thunderbirds 164. Similar number of offensive snaps. Buhler has 28, Circle has 31. First down's pretty even. Buhler 9, Circle 8. Third downs, Buhler 1 for 3, Circle 2 for 5. Buhler did not go for it on fourth down at all. Circle 0 for 2 on fourth downs, but penalties killed the Crusaders in the first half. 5 penalties for 50 yards. Thunderbirds did not have a penalty in the first half, and the Crusaders and the Thunderbirds both had 1 turnover. That was an interception each way. For the Crusaders on the ground, Ben Clough, 17 carries for 218. That's 12.8 yards per carry in the first half, but only 1 touchdown for Ben so far. He had a long of 43. That was on the first play from scrimmage. Max Harmony added 2 for 13 with 1 touchdown. The Crusaders rushing it for 232 yards on 20 carries as a team in the first half. 11.6 yards per carry is pretty good for the Crusaders. Circle, Franklin Ekwe, 11 rushes, 45 yards and a touchdown. That was the only score for the Thunderbirds in the first half. And then through the air, the Crusaders, Asher Zachary, 4 for 8, 67 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Jackson Pratt led the way receiving for the Crusaders. 2 catches for 47 yards. Max Harmony added 1 9-yard TD catch. And Mason Stobart for the T-Birds, 8 for 16. 98 yards, no touchdowns, and he threw a pick. And then defensively, a bunch of Crusaders doing a lot of stuff. Dylan Skripsic, he had that interception for a 50-yard return. Dylan had 3 tackles and 2 pass breakups as well. Lane Burkhart, 3 tackles, 2 for loss. Noah Hayes, 4 tackles, 2 for loss. Jacob Miller, 5 tackles. Max Harmony, 3 tackles. Garrett Gleason, 2 tackles and a pass breakup. Jackson Pratt, 3 tackles, 1 TFL. Asher McConaughey, 5 tackles. Jacob Barlow, 2 tackles for a loss and a blocked PAT. 6 negative offensive plays for the T-Birds in the first half. Another highlight for the Crusaders.
All right, we start the second half with a Crusader kickoff. Circle will start on offense. Matt down on the sideline. Thoughts on what we need to get going here in this third quarter?
Yeah, obviously got to keep the pressure on, run the ball between the tackles, stop turning it over, and not for nothing on that kickoff return, a heck of a stop by Ben Scott. So Buhler in good shape as it's pinned circle deeper than at any point this evening.
It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 27-yard line. Buhler up 21-6 as we start quarter number 3 here from Towanda. And Stobart out of the gun, throws immediately near side. It's caught and then drug down shy of the 30-yard line. Really getting it out quick here with pressure. Jay Bonewitz with the catch right near the 29.
Great tackle in space made there by Dylan Skripsic.
Gain of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Huckway into the right of Stobart out of the gun. 2 receivers far side. They bring in an H-back on the right side. Not a formation we saw early in the game, but something they've run quite a bit this year. And a sweep from right to left. That's going to be a tackle for a loss. Back at the 25, a new look as they bring that H or that sniffer back in on the right side.
Yeah, great job that time. Lane Burkhart, one of the defensive ends, in on the stop. And that one would count as a pass as Stobart pushed it forward. It's kind of a push pass on that jet sweep.
Went backwards 4 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd and 13 from the 25. So they'll go an empty backfield set. Trips left. 2 receivers to the right. Stobart standing at his own 20. Takes the snap. Pressure up the middle. And Stobart is going to be sacked by Jax Pratt back behind the 15-yard line.
Yeah, Jax Pratt was just bearing down on him. Actually ran past him, but was able to get enough hands on him that it knocked Stobart off his step and knocked him for the big sack.
Circle now just 2 for 6 on 3rd down in the game. And Stobart now switches to punter. He's going to punt inside his own 5.
He's right at the goal line. Low snap. So a couple Crusaders
not
are back
very
there.
well hit.
That is a short kick. It is going to be downed in circle territory by Dominic Sire at the T-Bird 40. Boy, Buhler had that great drive on their opening series of the game. He'd like to come out here to start the second half with something similar.
Yeah, Buhler has not had the 3-score lead at any point tonight. That's one of the things Coach Warner always in search of. Hopefully the Crusaders can start this third quarter offensively off on the right foot.
He started from the circle 40, 9:57 to go in the third, leading 21-6. Asher under center, out of the I formation, single receivers either side. And Ben Klaus had a big first half. Breaks away from a tackle at the 30, still dancing on his feet. Spin move 25-20, still on his feet 15-10, 5, and shoved out of bounds by Akwe, who saves the touchdown. It's going to be 1st and goal near the 2.
What a run by Ben Klaus right out the gate here in this third quarter to show us that he's picking up right where he left off in that first half. Such a relentless runner. He doesn't give up on the play and doesn't go down easy.
Guys, I think he broke 5 tackles on the run.
Yes.
Just relentless pressure.
Well, and I mentioned this first half, a lot of grabbing, reaching.
Yes.
Instead of tackling. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line here. Buhler trying to cap off its first drive of the second half with 6. And to play the line of scrimmage for Klaus. He slipped and fell down as he ran into the line and is going to lose 2 yards back to the 4.
And literally, I think about one of the only things that can stop Ben Klaus is him tripping. I mean, that time he just kind of ran into one of his own linemen that got pushed back by a defender from circle. But unofficially now from statistician Andrew Epp, over 250 yards on the ground for Ben Klaus this evening.
They're going to go with the jumbo look on 2nd and goal from the 4 here. They'll give Ben a second try, and this time he sniffs out the end zone. Klaus to the house for a second time tonight. Touchdown, Crusaders.
And it's always the thing of beauty for your tailback to score and just be upright and just be able to casually walk over and hand the football to one of the officials. Ben Klaus doing a good job and gets Buhler up by 3 scores for the first time tonight.
Second rushing touchdown of the night, his 8th of the season. Out of the hold of Bryson McCurdy at the 10. Nathan Wells will come on for the PAT. It is up, and it is good. He has not missed tonight. 9:09 to go in the 3rd now. Buhler adds to its lead, up 28-6 from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Midway Motors McPherson took a beating in the last hailstorm, and now it's your chance to score huge savings. We've got millions in inventory, dented but not destroyed. Deep discounts across every make and model. Cars, trucks, new, used, they're all priced to move fast. Don't miss the Midway Motors hail sale, where a little dent means a big-time savings. Going on now at Midway Motors in McPherson. But hurry, once they're gone, they're gone. Midway Motors, for every mile of life.
I'm Jared. Since 1948, we at Krupp Lumber in Heston have been helping customers all over the state choose the perfect lumber, right tools for the job, and provide quality products to make their homes stand the test of time. Krupp Lumber has all the best brands like Milwaukee Tools and outdoor power equipment, Marvin and Anderson windows, and R.D. Henry cabinets. Ask about our in-state delivery. Check us out at krupplumber.com. Krupp Lumber. Service is our specialty.
HKFM.
28-6 as Buhler kicks off here after their first drive. Results in 7 in the 3rd quarter. And a squib takes a high hop. It's going to be picked up at the 20. Nice return, far sideline across the 35-40 and near the 44-yard line. So good return for Gabe Duncan on the circle sideline.
And that time, a great kick that time by Wells as he just drove it right into the turf. That thing was hopping and skipping, went over the couple up backs for Circle. Nice special teams tackle made by Max Harmony, but Circle had a good return that go-around.
It's another injury that we really haven't talked about is at the kicking position. Fletcher Westfall's been out to start the year. Nathan Wells has come in and done a really nice job. From their own 44, 1st and 10, running play is going to net them very little up the middle. Like traditionally against these Black Knights, you don't find a lot of room between the tackles across the 45 up to the 46 in a gain of 2.
Yeah, they're going to make you earn every scrap there in between the tackles. And, yeah, Circle picks up 2 that time, but they have not been able to break any big ones right up the gut.
2nd down and 8, gain of 2, clock running, 8:36 to go in the 3rd. It's 28-6. Stobart works out of the shotgun. They've got that H-back in again on the right side. 2 receivers to the left. Long snap count here by Stobart. And they'll keep it on the ground.
And great job that time. Jackson Rumbaugh, Mike linebacker, comes up and just sticks Ukwe.
Ukwe got to the 48, a gain of 2. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 6, right near the 46-yard line. Call it closer to the 47. Stobart out of the gun. Back in motion. Pressure off the edge by Burkhart. Hit as he throws and nearly picked off over the middle. Was nearly intercepted by Jackson Rumbaugh as Burkhart's been getting pressure all night. He almost got there again.
Yeah, I tell you what, Burkhart having a really nice night this evening defensively. They've moved Jax Pratt a lot of the snaps here on D-line. Sometimes he's moving down to D-tackle. And Jacob Burlow playing one of those D-tackle spots as well.
Low kick and a fumbled ball loose. Stobart has to fall on it on the punt. Disastrous for Circle special teams as that long snap was low and it went through Stobart's legs.
Well, if you remember when Stobart had to punt late in the 2nd quarter down near his goal line, it was a low snap. He was able to get it off that time. It just went right through the wicket. Stobart wasn't able to do anything with it as there was a couple of Crusaders bearing down on him, so he just had to fall on it. So great field position here for the Buhler Crusaders here after the bad snap.
They're going to start at the circle 31-yard line. 1st and 10, back on offense, back to the eye. Asher McConaughey at it. Fullback here. This is Klaus. Look at him break out of more tackles. 15, 10, 5. 1st and goal again. Ben Klaus with a First National Bank first down and another terrific run.
So patient. You know, that time Ben Klaus gets down to the 2nd and 3rd level. He sees the defenders coming at him. He was smart enough to stop because some of those guys having to get on their feet so quick to get there, they didn't have the ability to stop, and he just juked him out of the shorts, and Buhler's knocking on the door with a chance to really break this thing.
Maybe patient and fast at the same time.
Yes.
1st and goal.
And decisive. When he needs to make a cut, he makes a cut.
Back to the jumbo look on 1st and goal. Fumbled snap. I think Asher got it. Zachary, the quarterback, able to fall on it. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
Yeah, it was scary that time. The snap was out and kind of on the deck, and Gabe Duncan came pouring in, one of the safeties from Circle in there. But
well, and let's not discredit now. Asher's working with his 3rd center so far early in the season.
Yes, and that makes the difference because you get so much consistency and continuity if you have the same center quarterback exchange.
All right, 2nd and goal from the 6. They stay in the jumbo.
There's another snap again.
I think it was fumbled again. So Buhler going backwards here and all the way back to the 9-yard line. Well, these are the types of things you can get away with a team when you're up big. Next week we go to Wamego. You cannot have these things happen.
100%.
So 3rd and goal from the 9. After that big Ben Klaus run, set up the 1st and goal down at the 3. They've lost 6 yards on fumbled snaps in 2 plays. They'll go to the eye, single receivers either side. Gleason to the near side, Martinez to the far side. Play action, Asher rolling to his left. At the 10, still rolling all the way to the edge. Now scrambling back to the middle. And a flag out at the end of the play. Asher had nowhere to go with it and ends up eating the sack. You know, one thing I'll say there, you don't like the sack, but you also don't want to force something that could be picked off.
No doubt. And that time, Asher got out on the edge when he had to make the decision of either running it or throwing it. Held out, hoped that he was going to find a receiver downfield, but just wasn't able to.
Chance it's going to be a defensive penalty.
It's going to be a block in the back on Buhler.
Oh.
And the problem, he rolled out to the left. Guys, there just wasn't a receiver there. Everybody was covered up. Asher was trying to extend the play long enough to create space for someone to pop open.
Well, I hope Crusaders don't squander Ben Klaus with that big run, getting down so close to scoring here.
So 2 negative plays and then a penalty back to back to back. Actually 3 negative plays. They had the sack, the lost yardage there, and add on the block in the back penalty. Boy,
now an interesting decision. It's going to stay 3rd down.
Back at the 19.
Wouldn't you have been really inclined if you were Circle to decline the penalty and get it to 4th down?
I think at that point, Buhler probably tries a field goal.
Possibly.
Boy, it's interesting to me, too.
Well, with how good. Oh, go ahead.
I was say how great we look on one drive, and then the next drive is collectively too many mistakes.
Yeah, with how good of a night Ben Klaus has been having, he's a big play threat.
I think there's some discussion down here on whether or not Circle's actually going to accept the penalty. They are going to decline it.
So it's going to be 4th down, and is coach going to go for the field goal?
Well, the ball will come forward.
Yeah, because to where the sack happened, right?
Yeah.
I think they're going to bring Wells on for a field goal attempt here.
The one nice thing about trying a field goal here, it's not a super high pressure situation, and we've talked about it before. You always want your kicker to have some, and your field goal unit to have some faith going in to kick. So let's see if Nathan can knock one through here.
Second try of the year. Nathan is 1 for 1. His previous kick was good from 30. This will be at the 16, so 26-yarder, and it's no good. Wide left.
Yeah, I think he hooked it.
So Circle will take over on downs here with 5:30 to go. In the third, still 28-6. So again, going back to, boy, that first drive of the half, you come out, you look fantastic. That second drive, just successive plays with mistakes, and you've got to find a way to clean some of that up.
So now if you're the Black Knight defense, you got to be prepared for Circle to really try to take a swing here to try to get some momentum offensively, because Buhler's done a good job of slowing Circle down here in the second half.
So Circle's going to have the ball, 5:30 to play in the third at their own 20-yard line. There's a 26-yard attempt, no good.
Yep.
There's Stobart out of the gun, 2 receivers left, 1 right. Actually trips to the left here, and Stobart under pressure and underthrows, and it was almost picked off, and then it went through the hands of Max Harmony, and then Sawyer almost had a chance down at the Buhler sideline at the 30, but he couldn't catch it.
I almost think what happened, Sawyer wasn't expecting the ball to get through, and so when it got through the hands of Max Harmony, just kind of hit him in the chest, kind of lost it in the lights there.
I don't know, Harmony had a real chance at an INT there.
No doubt, and with where he was at, he would have been a danger to taking it back against Circle.
So Circle will live to fight another down, 2nd down and 10 here. Stobart works out of the shotgun, claps his hands together. They'll hand it off to Akwa, who runs into his own guy at the line of scrimmage, and then falls forward to the 22. It'll be a gain of 2 and a 3rd and long coming up for the Thunderbirds. Clock winding down in this third, now 5:07 to play, 28-6 Crusaders. Our coverage tonight brought to you by First National Bank, by Rise Up Reno, I Need a Cleaners, by Holly Sweet Treats, and by Apple Lane Animal Hospital. It's a 3rd down and 8. T-Birds have converted just 2 of 6 third downs in this game. Trips right. Stobart with time, now being pressured, now throws over the middle, and it's busted up, incomplete.
Skripsic, great coverage that time, defending Sawyer.
Trying to find Dominic Sire, who comes up with a little bit of a hitch in his giddy-up. And a great play made on the ball there by Dylan Skripsic.
Great job by the Black Knight defense, forcing the 3 and out after that kind of frustrating offensive series. Remember the last time Circle tried to punt, they had the low snap that just rolled right between the legs of Stobart. Let's see if they get their snap up.
Stobart from about the 12 with the right foot, short line drive kick, and they're going to get away from it. It's just going to roll into Buhler territory and be down at the 37-yard line. Well, defensively, again, theme of the night has been when they get pressure on the quarterback, he has not been successful.
No doubt, no doubt. And I tell you right here, after that frustrating offensive series last time, let's see if the boys can get things going in the right direction here on this drive here.
Well, what do we say all the time? When something bad happens, make something good
yes,
happen.
Sir. Golden chance at some redemption here.
All right, 1st and 10 at the 38, 4:25 to go in the third. 28-6 Crusaders, 1 for 2 on drives in the second half. This has been Klaus again. Gets to the outside, to the edge at the 50, 45-40, 35-30, 25-20, and pushed out of bounds inside the red zone again. Another fantastic run by Ben Klaus, who is on his way to a career night and has a First National Bank first down deep in T-Bird territory.
Yeah, that time the outside linebacker, Cody Sterick, making the stop, but not after Klaus rips off a big one.
From the 38 down to the 19, that is a gain of 43.
Guys, I just told Mr. Sizer that I wasn't going to walk back down to the other end so that Ben would just run right back where I was. I made the walk. I will not be doing that again.
1st and 10, they're going to put Martinez in the sweep in motion. They fake it to him. They hand off to Ben Klaus. Unfortunately, I think the sweep might have been 6.
Mm-hmm.
There was nobody on the sweep on that side of the field for Lena Martinez.
Well, and Circle, rightfully so, is selling out everything to try to stop Ben Klaus.
It's interesting, though, when Buhler went to the sweep in the first half, they played it really well.
Got an injured T-Bird down.
Looks like a cramp.
Yeah, Martinez went right to left, and there wasn't a defender on the left side of the field. Ben's going to lose a yard back to the 21. Loses 2. It'll be second down and 10. And traditionally over the years, when the I formation, when Buhler's offense has had troubles, when you get behind on down and distance.
Mm-hmm. Good thing is with where Buhler's at on the field, plenty of space to try to throw the football, not so close to the goal line that things really tighten up.
You know, Circle's going to do everything they can to make somebody besides Ben Klaus beat them.
Yep. 110%.
You know, I was thinking about those rollouts. Man, I don't know what you think about this, too. Asher looks a lot more comfortable going to his right. Is that fair?
I always think he has. I think he struggles to get his upper half squared up when he's going the other way. And I think you saw that tonight when they've rolled him out to the right. It's been really successful. Now, I know he had one really nice throw rolling to the left in the first half on the touchdown, but I think he's better. I think he sees it better, and I think he's more comfortable to hold it longer going that direction.
Karsten Seidel is in at receiver to the far side. Lana Martinez, who maybe it's time to get number 2 the ball here. He's
got single coverage here on the near side. Man.
One-on-one on the right side on 2nd and 12 here. Out of the eye, they'll take the snap. They'll give it to Ben. He'll be trailed from behind and brought down back near the original line of scrimmage.
Gabe Duncan in on the stop for Circle.
And guys, they had every defender within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. I mean, they are just loaded up trying to do anything to stop Ben.
So it'll be 3rd down and 10 here, clock running, 3:07 to go in the 3rd. And Buhler again leading 28-6. Kerry Gleason will be the far side receiver again. Martinez to the near side, still with single coverage. Asher play action, rolling to his left, being chased and gets it off and incomplete. Intended for Jax Pratt over the middle, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So Buhler missed the shorter field goal than this, the last possession. I think Buhler's going to go for it this go around.
I think you're right. He's just, when he goes to his left, those throws, he's just having trouble squaring up and throwing the ball to the right spot when he goes left.
Yeah, and as a right-handed quarterback, it's always tough to roll the opposite way. And so let's see if Buhler can convert here on 4th down.
3 wide receiver set. Asher out of the gun. Klaus to his right, stays in the backfield to protect. Asher rolling right this time. Landon Martinez. Oh, no! He dropped it in the end zone. That was 6. Martinez just couldn't hold on.
Rats.
But again, that was a perfect pass. But Asher was rolling to his right. I think he's just so much more comfortable throwing it that way.
That was 6. Oh, man. Instead, it's a turnover on downs, and Circle will get it back here.
Rats. So back-to-back.
At their own 19.
Offensive empty possessions for Buhler.
28-6, 2:39 to go in the 3rd. Oh, that was 6. Here's Stobart out of the gun, play action. Rare quarterback run.
Good job by Asher McConaughey.
Was that a Wildcat snap? It was a direct snap to Cole Wilbur. Wilbur is taking over at quarterback, guys. Stobart is out. Backup quarterback is in here. The run by Wilbur for 3. It's 2nd down and 7. He takes a high snap here. And they're going to keep it on the ground, trying to get to the edge to the left side. And Akwe on the carry. Gets to the 22, so no gain, 3rd down. So big development in this game. Mason Stobart at the moment is out. Cole Wilbur, a sophomore, the backup quarterback, is in.
So I don't know if it's a substitution due to injury or just substitution.
I can clearly see Stobart standing with his helmet on the far sideline. 3rd down and 7 at the 22. This is Wilbur out of the gun, trips to the right. Pressure off the edge.
Screen.
And a screen pass is read well. And Jason Smith will be tackled.
Great job by
After
Harmony.
a loss on the Buhler sideline.
Harmony was right there. You always want your outside linebackers to be the screen killers. Harmony staying home right there, read it well, dropped him right after the catch.
When they watch that in film, they will be so happy at the way the guys rallied to the football. Max was able to hold up the ball carrier long enough for about 4 or 5 other white jerseys to get there.
Stobart. I was going to say Stobart's out there punting, so he obviously isn't hurt.
Loss of 3 back to the 19. Stobart will punt. Here's Martinez from the 50. Up the middle, 40, 45, and drug down near the 31-yard line. Well, they scored right away on that first drive of the second half. Since then, they've had 2 drives that looked like they should have scored, and they just haven't been able to convert.
So now let's see if the Crusaders can get something going here. They've only scored the 1 touchdown here in this quarter, but
boy, they put up a ton of yards to only have 28 points. And they've had great field position in this half, too. From the circle, 31. 38.7 seconds to go in the quarter. It's the inside handoff to the fullback. Is that McConaughey, who gets the carry up to the 20 and gets a gain of about 11. A First National Bank first down on his second touch of the night. That could be the final play of the third quarter.
Yeah, great job by McConaughey just slashing forward, ripping off over 10 yards on his first carry.
He has a great motor. Well, they'll come to the line with about a second difference in the play clock and game clock. They don't have to snap it here if they don't want to. And they will hand it off again. It's McConaughey running 15-10, 5 to the end zone. Touchdown, Crusaders. Asher McConaughey with his second touchdown of the season.
Great job by Asher McConaughey on back-to-back downs, just going right into the teeth of the circle defense. 2 carries, one of them goes for 6.
Much different runner at that fullback position than Harmony is.
Yeah, Harmony kind of a speedster. McConaughey kind of had the bulldozer.
And the kick is up and good. Yeah, for Asher, that motor just never quits. 35-6. About 2 ticks left on the clock in the third. Crusader football from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth. And we'll be back right after this on HKFM.
The world is changing, and so is ours. Hi, I'm Dr. Brian Kinnison with McPherson Dental Care. We are proud to announce that we are now offering the latest in technology in dentistry with Yomi Robotics to assist in placing implants. With this technology, it enables us to have better precision, smaller incisions, and helps us make implants less invasive. We are the only dental offices in the Midwest to offer Yomi Robotics. That's McPherson Dental Care, serving the communities in Inman, Buhler, Hillsboro, Lyons, and McPherson.
HKFM.
2 scores in the third quarter for the Crusaders. One, a 4-yard Ben Klaus run, and the other just moments ago, a 20-yard scamper for Asher McConaughey, the junior fullback and outside linebacker.
And guys, it feels like there were about 200 yards of offense between those two.
They put up a ton of yards on the ground tonight. I know coach is going to be frustrated the score isn't more lopsided at this point. As Wells will kick off from the 40. Squibbed it all night. It is taken at the 30 far side. It is Gabe Duncan again. The ball has found him a lot tonight on those kickoffs. And they'll start right around their own 37. Third quarter comes to an end. And the Crusaders comfortably in front here, 35-6 with 12 minutes to go. This is Crusader football from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Hungry for something epic? AJ Sports Grill is home of the 29-inch Super Dome Pizza. Enjoy $3 happy hour, including select apps, every day from 2 to 6 at AJ Sports Grill, inside the alley in Hutch.
Mann Wyatt Tanksley Injury Attorneys.
Liability issues are complex. The manufacturer fought and fought. The best offer they made was $30,000. The jury returned a verdict for a little over $11.1 million.
Mann Wyatt Tanksley Injury Attorneys. Big firm muscle, small firm hustle.
As the hot Kansas summer winds down, the end of one season and the start of the next is a great time to review the health of your pets at Apple Lane Animal Hospital. Have you missed any of your vaccinations? How about scheduling a general health checkup, annual blood work, and taking a look at your pet's diet and nutritional needs? Make 2025 the year you take care of your pets so they live a long and healthy life. Call the staff at Apple Lane Animal Hospital and schedule an appointment today at 662-0515.
HKFM.
First and 10 T-Birds here from their own 38 to start the fourth quarter. Akwe on the ground, finds some room. Forward progress to about the 45. Gain of about 7 on first down. We haven't talked a lot about our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard tonight. Interesting score between Mac and Augusta, or Mulvane.
Yes,
Augusta.
yeah, we'll take a look first at the AVCTL. Augusta is leading Mulvane 23-18 at the end of 3. Andale 46-0 over Collegiate in the fourth quarter. Running clock. Last score we have out of the McPherson-Winfield game is Mac 40, Winfield 12.
This is still the backup quarterback, and he's going to run for a first down at a 2nd and 2 into Buhler territory. That is Cole Wilbur who gets it across the 50 and up to the Buhler 48. So I guess Clothier here, 10th year, longtime coach at Circle, just electing to try something with a different quarterback.
Yeah, either got upset with their quarterback or just wants to try something different, running the younger guy.
10 seasons for Clothier. He won 8 games 3 years ago, second most in program history.
Backwards pass.
Far side Akwe complete, but then he's chased out of bounds. And that backwards pass is going to also result in backwards yardage.
Yeah. Always dangerous to throw it backwards. Stat note from statistician Andrew Epp, that was Circle's first down of the second half here just a moment ago.
So loss of 3 yards on that play, back to the 49 of Circle where Akwe was chased out of bounds on the far sideline. So Wilbur out of the gun, trips right on 2nd down and 13. High snap. Fake to Akwe. Wilbur is going to keep it himself and get the lost yardage back, and then maybe one more. Give him a gain of 4 on the far side. Just past the original line of scrimmage. We're looking at a 3rd down and 9.
Jax Pratt in on the stop for Buhler.
But the Buhler 47. Trips to the right side of the formation. Wilbur will take the snap. Hit as he throws by the defender. And incomplete on the far sideline. But you can guess who put the hit on the quarterback. Lane Burkhardt has been there a lot tonight.
He has had a big game. I visited with his dad beforehand in the stands, and he's like, it's going to be a big night for Lane. And Dad was prophetic.
So it'll be 4th down and 9. Don't they pretty much have to go for it here? I mean, what have they got to lose?
Well, they're certainly going to.
Empty backfield set on 4th down and 9. 5 wide receivers, 3 right, 2 left. Wilbur takes the snap under all kinds of pressure. He gets away, runs up the middle. He's got the first down. Oh, my goodness.
Well, I tell you, here on the near side.
Noah Hayes had him dead to rights and just overran the play.
Yeah. Well, one of the things he did is he jumped in the air to try to potentially bat down a pass, but once he went airborne, just really got him behind. And
Wilbur gets free up to the 33 with a first down. Now he throws out of bounds, incomplete to the far side. And a Jax Pratt tried to come in and clean it up, but couldn't get to the quarterback. Noah Hayes had a sack right there. And he jumped in the air, and he jumped past the quarterback. 2nd and 10 from the 33.
Well, Wilbur definitely, his scampering ability compared to Stobart's is night and day difference.
Oh, absolutely. Wilbur out of the gun. Wants to throw, being pressured. Hayes, now Burkhardt chasing to the near side, and will bring him down near the 30. I think Noah Hayes is determined to get that lost sack back.
Yep. Burkhardt in on that stop as well for Buhler.
Forward progress to the 30. Oh, they're going to mark it at the 29, so good spot there. Gain of 4 on the scramble to the right side.
Another Reno County game just going final. Trinity Catholic blowing out South Sumner tonight. in Hutch, 48-7. Another final two, Sterling blowing out Ellenwood 43-8.
From the 29 out of the gun. That is Wilbur with trips left. Looks left, now throws right. Incomplete. And that'll bring up fourth down again.
Well, his intended receiver here on the near side, Boston Avery, was kind of on an out route and really didn't try to make a play on the football at all.
I think it's interesting. South Sumner, so that's two schools, Caldwell and South Haven, that have been 8-man teams.
Yes, for many years.
For a long time, and now because of the combination, forced to play up. That's tough.
Yep.
Fourth down and 6. Let's see if we can get a stop right here. 9:07 to go in the game. Buhler leading 35-6. Wilbur out of the gun. They'll put Sawyer in motion right to left. Low snap. Able to snare it. Steps up in the pocket. Throws. Sawyer wide open. First and goal near the 5. Shucks.
Yeah, Dylan Skripsic making the touchdown-saving tackle, but Dominic Sawyer, doesn't matter who the quarterback is, whether it's Stobart or Wilbur, he is definitely target number 1 in the circle offense.
Wilbur is so much more mobile.
So first and goal from the 5. They'll hand it off.
It's Eamon Oliver, I think, with the carry there.
That's his first carry of the night. Oliver came in with 4 carries on the season for 10 yards, a sophomore. He plays that H-back position a lot.
Yes.
Doesn't get a lot of touches. A bigger guy, though, than Akwe.
And you mentioned it, Matt, the Wilbur. I describe it as escapability. The guy, if the pocket, everything's breaking down, he can move so much quicker than Stobart.
And willing to step up into the pocket and try to escape out that empty gap.
Second and goal from the 2. 3 backs behind the quarterback. It's Akwe who gets the carry. He'll be stopped shy of the goal line. Basically no gain here. They're looking at 3rd and goal.
So let's see if the Black Knights can keep him out here. Of course, Circle has not scored this half.
This is 3rd and goal from about the 1.5-yard line.
Yep.
7:33 to go in the game. There'll be 10 on the play clock when they snap it. And a fake. Quarterback runs it, hit near the goal line. There's a flag down back at the line of scrimmage.
That might be a hold.
And I don't know that, did Wilbur cross the plane before he went down?
He did get in. They gave him the touchdown. Now let's see what the flag is.
Well, let's hope it's on the offense.
Yep.
It is. Holding on the offense. There's a huge break. Just the 2nd penalty in the game on Circle. First in the 2nd half. So obviously they'll accept that, and it's going to be 3rd and goal from back around the 12.
That's really interesting. Wilbur, not nearly as big a kid as Stobart is, but very physical runner.
And is Circle going to go for a field goal? Nope.
Well, I would encourage you to know where Dominic Sawyer is here in this play. 3rd and goal from the 12. He's going to be in the slot to the right side. And he'll be picked up by Dylan Skripsic. Asher McConaughey also out there.
I think they're going to talk about it.
And now we're going to be a timeout by the T-Birds. 7:24 to go in the game. 3rd and goal when we come back here from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
The Bradbury Company, headquartered in Mound Ridge, is a family-owned custom equipment builder, and they're hiring qualified candidates for manufacturing roles. Apply online at BradburyGroup.com. The Bradbury Company, wishing the best of luck to all the teams.
For more than 90 years, Hutchinson Community College has been the premier 2-year educational institution in Kansas, offering the highest quality education at an exceptional value. Schedule a personal campus tour today. Visit hutchcc.edu/campus tour.
HKFM.
Our coverage of Crusader football tonight brought to you by Bank of the Plains, by Plaza Astor Realty, the Bradbury Company, by Allen Samuels Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, and by Hutchinson Community College. Circle facing a 3rd and goal at the 12-yard line here after a holding penalty. Their second penalty of the night, their first of the second half. They have just one score tonight, and that came back in the first half. 35-6. Wilbur is out of the gun. They're going to put Sawyer in motion. And there's a false start movement somewhere. So you've got one guy moving. You cannot have a second.
Only one man in motion at a time this side of the Canadian border.
Yeah, that's not real football, though.
Oh.
Is it?
It's fun.
Is it?
12 men because the Canadians can't count.
That'll move it back to the 16.
Sorry for our Canadian listeners.
They're going to put Sawyer in motion again, this time left to right. Quarterback's going to fake. They hand it off, and Wilbur, who's not afraid to stick his nose in there, gets across the 10 and back to the 8-yard line. Boy, a lot different for those linebackers now as they've got to watch for that quarterback run.
Yeah, before they were dealing with a statue, and Wilbur not afraid to tuck it and run.
So 4th and goal from the 8. I love Canadian bacon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't like Canadian bacon.
Oh, man. Brad Paisley sang about Canadian bacon.
Yes.
4th and goal here from the 8. Wilbur out of the gun. Wants to throw over the middle. Incomplete. Threw it in traffic.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Shucks. And I think we're going to have an unsportsmanlike penalty at the end of that play as Garrett Gleason was clapping his hands with the incompletion. Is that what the flag is on?
It's either going to be an unsportsmanlike or an incredibly late pass interference call.
Pass interference.
Incredibly late.
Boy, I tell you what, different crews look for different things, right?
Yes, yes.
They've been super touchy on the pass interference calls tonight.
The interesting thing, that pass was not a catchable ball. The throw happened way early because of the quarterback pressure. There was no chance the receiver had any ability to make a play on it.
So that'll be a half the distance penalty, 4th and goal from the 4?
From the 4.
Circle has yet another chance. Wilbur out of the gun. You've got to respect his run ability here. Now
Coach
Circle
Clothier
wants another timeout. Boy, Coach Clothier is coaching this right now like it's a one-score game.
Yes, yes. Which that's how you keep kids, how you turn around programs, coaching every game and every down like it's the end.
So this Circle team, 3-6 last year. They've had just 2 winning seasons in their last 14. They won 8 games in 2022, second most in school history. They've been in Division III since 2016. Have the Circle T-Birds.
Yep, and you talked about Buhler's all-time record against Circle, 9-1 all-time. That one loss to Circle that season, man, that was one that one of those games I'll remember forever.
Tough year. Circle relatively new as schools go. The district was formed in 1962. They were part of the old Blue Stem. I'm going to have to find out now, do a little research. Who was in the Blue Stem League?
Yeah.
In the 60s. So 4th and goal from the 4. They put Sawyer in motion. Wilbur out of the gun. I would not be surprised to see him run. He throws over the middle, and it's intercepted by Jacob Miller. Jacob Miller to the 15, 20, 30, 35, 40, still on his feet across midfield. Jakey all the way down to the 33-yard line, and we'll make that our Schmidt Electric spark of the game. Schmidt Electric got spark with a big INT and an even bigger return for number 9.
Well, I'm just thinking about Matt, what he was saying before the game. Well, I don't know much about playing safety. Well, he got baptized by fire there, picking it off in the end zone and then returning it all the way. I thought he was going to maybe go a yard there, but one heck of a return there by Jacob Miller.
What a bummer if you're an offensive player to get all the way down there. You get all of those cracks.
Yep.
And then you don't get it in, and Jake returns at 60 yards.
I was thinking, get that boy some oxygen. Whew. What a big return after the INT in the end zone. Here's Klaus bouncing to the outside, 20-15. Benjamin's going to finish it off. Touchdown, one play. back in the end zone. 6:15 to go in the game. Touchdown, Crusaders.
What a great run there by Klaus. He has had a monster evening. Well blocked. He got outside and goes untouched that entire run. There wasn't even a hand laid on him by a Circle T-Bird. I know you're looking for the yardage from Mr. Epp.
Mr. Epp, when you get a chance, how many yards for Ben Klaus now? Find out where tonight stacks up with some of the all-time big games.
Well, we know he's north of 300, we believe.
Nathan Wells on for the extra point from the 10. And gets it up and gets it through. 6:15 to go in the game. 42-6. Crusaders lead it from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Kansas, trust the power of blue for your CanCare plan. Families trust Healthy Blue for doctor visits and prescriptions. New and expecting moms trust Healthy Blue for pregnancy support. And Healthy Blue provides extra benefits for your whole family. Choose the brand Kansans have trusted for more than 80 years. Visit choosehealthyblu.com/KS for more details. Trust the power of blue.
Big savings are happening right now at Allen Samuels Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on the giant corner of 30th and Lorraine in Hutchinson. Don't miss huge markdowns on 2024 holdovers, like the luxurious Jeep Grand Wagoneer L or the electric Dodge Charger Daytona Scat Pack, each with over $14,000 off MSRP. That's right, I said $14,000 off MSRP. And as Mr. Samuels always said,
come by, let's be friends. See dealership for details and exclusions.
HKFM.
Well, back here from Towanda as Buhler has gone up in the fourth, 42-6. 6:15 to go in the game. Unofficially, how many yards now for Benjamin?
Okay, according to our statistician, Andrew Epp, 362 yards on 25 carries, 14.48 yards a carry.
Wow.
That puts him just 2 yards shy of the all-time single-game record that Mike McCoy set in 1971.
Dominic Sawyer returns this to 30 now. Andrew, there's a lot of pressure riding on you being right.
So do I tell Warner?
Oh, we've already been talking to the coaches up here.
To leave him alone?
Yes.
Remember when Matt Eddy had a chance to
well, and I think about
break that, and they took him out. Circle's going to have the ball here from their own 29, 1st and 10. Let's see. Wilbur stays in at quarterback.
Yes.
And keeps it. And a big run. Boy, I like Wilbur's escapability. Not the thrower that Stobart is, but he's a great runner. And gets that up to the 45 on the keeper and a first down. And it was Sam Elliott. I'm sorry,
yes,
not Matt
Sam
Eddy,
Elliott, yes.
Finished with 361 in a game back in 2020. 3 yards shy of the record. 1st and 10 at the 45. Circle looking for just their second score of the night. They're going to hand it off here. And
working
a far side run across the 50.
Lots of new guys in the game out there for Buhler on the defensive side. Now, unfortunately, Crusader is down right at the 50.
A carry by Jason Smith across the 50. Goes for about 8 yards.
I think that's Ben Scott down.
All right.
Ben's a good kid.
Yeah, I have the opportunity. I've coached his younger brother, Will, for 5 years now. Fantastic kid and family.
Yeah. My son Noah played a lot of rec league baseball with him back in elementary days. And injury timeout here near midfield. 5:20 to go in the game. 42-6 is the score. We'll step aside. Try and get you an update when we come back here on HKFM.
Business is tough, but protecting it doesn't have to be. At DJ Kaufman Agency, we offer comprehensive business insurance that keeps your hard work safe. Whether you're a small startup or a growing enterprise, we've got the right coverage for you. From liability and property insurance to workers' comp and business interruption, our policies are tailored to fit your needs and your budget. Contact us today, 620-669-0410, or stop by our office in Hutchinson at 17 East 30th Avenue. DJ Kaufman Insurance is a member of the Trusted Choice Independent Agencies.
HKFM.
Well, limping, but walking off the field, Ben Scott, and what you're really hoping is just it's not a knee.
Yeah.
Boy, scary. We saw one of those last week with McCade Zachary that ended his year. And, boy, the injuries on this team have mounted up early in the year.
Injuries, unfortunately, a part of sports and football, but just heartbreaking to see it happen.
Circle on 2nd and 2. Wilbur wants to throw, and he's going to be slung to the turf. Back behind the 50, a sack, and Wilbur, frustrated, slams the ball into the turf. He's been able to get away so many times tonight, but not that time.
That time, Xanders Radnick in on the stop for Buhler. One of the sophomores seeing some action tonight, the 5'9", 155-pound outside linebacker.
Loss back to the 48, circle now at their own 48, back to the other side of the 50, and facing a 3rd down and 7 here. Wilbur claps his hands out of the gun. He's going to hand it off. This is Smith. Big hole up the middle. The 40, 35, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, T-Birds. That is 52 yards by Jason Smith.
So Circle gets their first score of the second half there on that long run by Smith. And it'll be interesting to see if they go for 2 or try to kick the PAT here. Looks like they're going to go for 2.
It's interesting you bring the running quarterback in, and that's really opened up the running game for Circle. You have to respect the running ability of your quarterback, but then put enough attention on him and gives another guy an opportunity. They will line up to go for a 2-point try here. And Akwe is going to be blown up in the backfield. That play, we better take that play, take that one out of the playbook.
It's a great play by Karsten Seidel.
And the extra point, the 2-point conversion is no good. 42-12, 4:29 left in Towanda. Crusader football. The Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Recycle worn-out appliances, metal furniture, old copper plumbing, and more for cash at Scrap Management Industries. Pull up, get weighed, unload, and get paid. Scrap Management Industries in Hutchinson, the clean, safe, and rewarding way to recycle.
Are you considering putting up a fence, building a garage, adding on to your home, or purchasing ground? For all your surveying needs, contact Alpha Land Surveys in Hutchinson at 620-728-0012 or go to alphalandsurveys.com.
HKFM.
Well, 4:29 to go in the game, 42-12. It'll get ready to receive this kickoff from Circle. Crusader football brought to you by Prairie Hills Financial, by Ray & Sons Roofing, Alpha Land Surveys, by Apex Shears, and by the Medicine Shop.
Don't be surprised if Circle doesn't try the onside here. Good. Buhler's got the hands team out there to deal with it.
Only guy back is Skripsik. There is the onside try. McConaughey's going to fall on it at Buhler's own 49-yard line.
Guys, Ben is back in the game.
So 4:28 to go. We believe Ben Klaus unofficially is 2 yards shy of tying the school record. Buhler from their own 49. They're going to try to get that for him right away and get him out of the game.
Here's the key thing. Hopefully he can get a good run here
All of this is riding on some
mathematics.
Out of the I formation. And here is Klaus. Well, that's got the record. If he was indeed too shy, there it is. Forward progress up to the 43.
And here comes the JV team, guys.
And the varsity guys are going to come out of the game.
So we believe Ben Klaus has set one of the oldest school records that we have, the single game rushing record, a record that stood since 1971. Big hugs there from Coach Warner to Ben Klaus.
This will be our first look at Bryson McCurdy at quarterback. Nate Nugent in there at tailback. Here's a carry to the far side. Hendricks Blackburn gets the handoff at tailback on second down and gets forward progress up to the 41-yard line.
Adrian Mitchell coming in. We'll try to work some of these guys that are getting on the field. Bronx Miller checking out for Buhler.
Okay, got a 3rd down and 1 here at the 41. 3:20 to go in the game. Buhler leading 42-12. In the eye look, Bryson McCurdy, the sophomore, and stood up at the line of scrimmage. No gain. And Blackburn is going to be dropped for a loss. Wyatt Knopp checking into the game, as is Blake Morn. So Sanders Zardnick, William Griffin. Trying to talk about as many of these guys as we can. Looks like they're going to go for it on 4th and 3 from the 43-yard line. Bronx Miller in there into receiver, as is Hampton Faulkner, and we've got a timeout. Connor Vaneski now up on the line. 2 is Levi Gardner. Karsten Seidel is in there at one of the receiver positions. And so a big chance. A lot of these guys, of course, part of the JV team. JV will be home along with the freshmen. On Monday night, JV will take on Circle. Circle does not have a freshman team, I don't believe, so a lot of times they'll
go play another opponent.
Our freshmen.
I know they've played Dodge City, Republic County, all sorts of different schools.
A lot of times they'll play Andale at some point during the year. Just some of the teams that do have the bigger numbers, but this and McPherson, I think, may be the only teams in Division III now that have a freshman team.
Okay. No, Mr. Sizers had to get creative on finding games for these young men.
Yeah, that makes it a long season for Coach Sizer, doesn't it?
Yes.
So 4th down and 3 here, and a flag at the whistle's blown dead at the snap.
No flag out. Buhler's going to call a timeout.
I wonder if they're not going to kick this here.
Yep. Looks like Buhler's going to punt it away. Try to play the field position game here a little bit. Oh, a final of note. Great Bend beat Wichita North tonight 75-8.
Wow. Boy, that Great Bend Hayes matchup is going to be a whale of a
doozy. Yes, sir. Last score I saw, Hayes was beating Garden City earlier tonight.
Hayes has a win over Derby early in the year. They lost to Manhattan High last week, but Manhattan High is maybe the best team in 6A.
Yes.
So Scripp is going to kick this away. Well, a couple of tough injuries tonight. One to Ben Scott. Ben's okay. And also Colby McCarty may have some kind of a thumb injury. Ball's going to be kicked out of bounds on the punt by Scripp, right about the 24-yard line.
So now we'll see if this Black Knight defense, as they kind of start working through some of the reserves, that they can get out of here without giving up any more points to this Circle team.
2:31 on the clock here. Circle from their own 24. So First and 10, empty backfield set. Wilbur to throw. Over the middle, it is high and incomplete.
Good coverage by Xander Zaradnik there for the Crusaders.
That is intended for Luke Owen. Seeing some new numbers out there for Circle, too.
Yes. Well, we'll talk about some of the defenders out there. Bryson McCurdy at one of the high safeties, as well as Hampton Faulkner. Eli White's his corner here on the near side. Corner on the far side looks to be Caden Glass, I believe.
Second and 10. Play action. Quarterback's going to keep it. Butler's a tough runner. Forward progress up to the 29. Gets a gain of 5. Well, it'll be interesting to see where Clothier goes from here, because I don't know how you feel about this. I'm not a fan of having multiple quarterbacks.
Yeah.
You got to find the guy that gives you the best chance to win and stay with him.
Yep.
We're down at 6 here. Wilbur out of the gun. He's going to keep it again around this near side. He's got the first down and then hit hard.
Eli
White with a big stick on Wilbur at the end of the run. He'll get the first down to the 36, but after that gain of 7, he paid the price for it.
Good pop there for the senior corner. Also out there, Jacob Anderson in the linebacking core for Buhler. Up on the D-line, Tucker Schultz, one of those young men up there, as well as Levi Gardner out there.
Minute 35 to go here in the game. First and 10, T-Birds from their 36. Empty backfield set. They're going to throw to their tailback, who went in motion. Breaks a tackle. This is Amon. 40, 30.
And Eli White,
30, and then down to near the 25-yard line. He's finally brought down.
And Eli White, the backside corner, getting all the way across the field to make a stop. He had a big pop at the end, but good to see him back up and after it.
They release Eamon Oliver out of the backfield on that route to the far side. The quick catch and then a big run. First and 10 up at the 25-yard line. Circle trying to get back in the end zone.
Clock rolling here.
And here is Akwe up the middle. And across the 15 down to the 17-yard line.
Clock stops as they move the chains.
57 seconds left. Circle.
No, Buhler calling timeout here.
Circle has used their timeouts, haven't they? Do they have one left?
Yes, they have not updated the scoreboard. I believe they've
taken at least a couple.
Coach Warner burning a timeout here to get some personnel in. So bringing Hendricks Blackburn in.
Adrian Mitchell also checking into the game.
Also checking in Marquell Crosby. So they are just kind of doing a substitution timeout here. Blake Moore getting in there for Buhler as they're trying to work as many guys into this game as possible coming out. Faulkner.
56.4 seconds left. We'll trip to Wamego. I know we remember that game in the playoffs from last year. I guarantee you
yes,
the Wamego players remember it too.
Yes. We're going to get both barrels from Boomtown next Friday night.
It was kind of Landon's coming out party.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, he had a huge fourth down conversion in that game.
We'll try to track down how Wamego did tonight.
So first I saw they were losing.
First and 10 here from the 13.
See if the Black Knights can keep him out here.
They work Wilbur out of the gun. They're going to release Sawyer in motion right to left. And, oh, dang it. Wilbur into the end zone, touchdown.
I tell you, the sophomore's got some guts for T-Bird.
I think he is going to improve the quality of this football team next year, guys. What do you think?
Yes. Scampers well, is not afraid to just tuck and run. And, you know, some of those draw plays, I mean, what he just scored on, he is not afraid to just get right after it.
And to lower a shoulder, not a particularly big kid, but not afraid of the contact.
I'm going to go for 2 here. Wilbur out of the gun. Wants to throw near side. It is broken up, but then caught. It was batted, but then caught. The 2-point conversion. Caught by Rocky Cosby. 42-20. 50.2 seconds left in this football game. And we'll take a timeout. Back after this on HKFM.
Come to Scooter's Coffee and grab a caramel apple Red Bull infusion. Green apple energy in every sip, topped with our caramelicious cold foam and caramel drizzle. Scooter's Coffee, amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast.
Scooter's Coffee in Hutchinson, McPherson, Salina, and Abilene.
Getting ready to mow? Hi, this is Janet Dick inviting you to stop by our locally owned Dick's Phillips 66. At Dick's, we offer the non-alcohol premium fuel your mowers and trimmers prefer, grab-and-go food options, and friendly service. Every journey begins with a stop at Dick's Phillips 66, 4th and Stevens in Hutch.
HKFM.
Coverage of Crusader football tonight brought to you by Blue Stem Communities, by AJ's Sports Grill, Buhler Dental Care, by Central Prairie Co-op, and by Hutch Auto Body. Some empty points here at the end of this game by the Circle T-Birds. We've seen some really good things tonight. Also some things that they're going to have to clean up before next week.
No doubt.
Some of those penalties they had in the first half that really hurt. We'll try the onside again, and Buhler will recover near midfield. 48 ticks on the clock. They'll be able to run this out. Moved to 3-1. 4A scores. Eudora beat Ottawa tonight 35-21. Baldwin over Wellsville 35-14. These are in 4A.
And the CKL Heston 55-12 over Nickerson.
Aquinas wins big tonight. They'll be moving back down into 4A next year. They keep it on the ground, and I think they have to make one more snap here.
Carry by Nate Nugent.
Okay, good to see that young man getting the book tonight.
End of the third, Andover Central was leading Valley Center 20-7. Rock Creek and Abilene were tied at 14. Final play of the night. They'll snap it. Here's Blackburn. Makes a nice run to the left side and has a First National Bank first down up to the 41 for his efforts. And that will be the ball game, gentlemen. Peter comes away with a win. Do you feel good leaving here tonight?
Yes. I mean, it's one of those, anytime a kid sets a school record, you got to be happy, especially when a win happens as well on top of it. You know, it is as coaches and players, it's going to be things that they'll work on to get ready for Wamego. But, you know, Buhler moves to 3-1. And other than a few injuries tonight, it's a decent night of football.
We certainly we hope the best for Ben Scott and obviously Colby McCarty as well, that those guys can get back on the field. 42-20. I'm wondering, just watching the way, Matt, that Ben is walking, if that's not an ankle. What that looks like to you, bud.
Yeah, they have his knee taped up pretty and iced up pretty heavily.
It is the knee?
Left knee.
That's the first thing I think of is please not the knee.
Yeah.
We'll wish the best for Ben. 42-20, Buhler wins it. 3-1 on the year, off to Wamego. Next Friday night, the Circle T-Birds fall to 1-3, 0-3 in the league. And they'll be home next Friday against the Winfield Vikings. And we'll start our Rise Up Reno Locker Room show next here on HKFM.
You've been listening to Buhler Crusader Football on HKFM. Stay tuned next for the Rise Up Reno Locker Room show. Stream Crusader Football on your smartphone with the Ad Astra radio app. Crusader Football on HKFM.
I'm Chauncey. I'm Sophie. And I'm Trista. We are seniors from Haven High School, and we've been in Rise Up Reno for 4 years.
We've enjoyed helping the community in various activities,
such as Red Ribbon Week, Pumpkin Aries,
and our favorite, the Youth Empowerment Summit.
With Rise Up Reno, we have grown into the leaders we are today.
Get with your Rise Up Reno sponsor at your school today. Get involved.
We would love to see you at our meetings.
Check us out on social media for more information at riseupreno.org. Together we soar.
Are you tired of your dusty or muddy driveway? APAC Kansas Shears Division is here to help. This is Derek Fees. Call us and ask us about our asphalt millings. If you are a do-it-yourselfer, arrange for pickup or delivery at your convenience. Call APAC today at 620-662-2112.
Great news! Pools Plus is extending the fair spa sale through the end of September. All in-stock spas are at an all-time low and ready to be delivered. Call 620-662-0202 to schedule your pool closing. Shop local. Shop Pools Plus, 21 East 1st in downtown Hutchinson.
Hey guys, how's practice going?
Papa, I can't hit the ball over the fence yet.
Well, Easton, that fence is 300 feet away and you're only 4 years old.
Papa, how long before we can hit the ball over the fence?
Boys, it's not always about home runs. It's about teamwork and always getting better. Ray Roofing's been around for 83 years and we still believe in teamwork and working hard.
So Papa, it's gonna take 83 more years until we're good?
No, Brogan, you'll be good long before that.
Roof the right way, the Ray way.
The Hutch Medicine Shop stocks a full line of products from Hyatt Labs, headquartered in the heart of America, Sterling, Kansas. Hyatt uses botanical sources from their countries of origin that have been used for hundreds of years. Athia Plus is their original product. The Medicine Shop also carries Arum Flex for inflammation, Arum Focus for mental acuity, and Arumasil for cold sores. Swing by the Medicine Shop and learn more about the Hyatt Labs line.
Crusader football on HKFM.
And we're back here on the Rise Up Reno Locker Room Show. Coverage of Crusader football brought to you by Mennonite Friendship Communities, by Pile Law, by Midwest Single Source, by American Family Agent Tara Auslauer, and by Pools Plus. Buhler wins it on the road here in Towanda tonight. 42-20 to move to 10-1 all time against the Circle Thunderbirds. And a big rematch looming next Friday night in Wamego. We believe that Ben Klaus has the new school rushing record. Very interesting here that coach has kept the team at midfield, so the entire Buhler team is huddled up near midfield. They have not gone to the locker room yet. Just wonder what that conversation might be. I can tell you that some of the feeling amongst the coaches, certainly you celebrate the win, you celebrate Ben Klaus and what he did tonight, but a couple of injuries that you're concerned about, and also some things that we've got to get pointed in the right direction before next week.
Have a good weekend, Coach.
But super proud of our kids, super proud of the young guys that have stepped up. Chris, we're talking about some of those young guys that have stepped up and been forced into action. With a lot of times in this program, a lot of those JV sophomores are still down on JV, and they've had to come in and fill some pretty big shoes and win tonight, but they have to play better next week.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, Circle, this Circle team, they've only won one game this year, but Circle showed some fight, and when they changed up the quarterback, I really, and Matt talked about it, the Wilbur kid, he's just a sophomore. If he stays healthy and keeps developing, he's going to be somebody that next year as a junior is going to be somebody we're going to have to worry about a little bit. But yeah, you were talking about typically in Buhler football, sophomores don't see a lot of time on Friday nights until it is, kind of mop-up time. But, yeah, this year there's a lot of sophomores getting called into action pretty early in games and starting. And anyway, no, it's Wamego is going to be a tough test next week. We'll try to get a final. And
cool moment. So I would love to have been in the huddle. Our team stayed at the 50 just to hear Coach's comments. But now they are huddling up with the Circle kids. And
Yeah, the FCA moment, they're having both teams get together for FCA and students from both sides. So,
and we had See You at the Pole earlier this week, and it's a very interesting time to be a young person with some of the things that are happening in our world. And we're seeing in the political realm now that politicians are starting to pay attention to our young people. And I tell my kids all the time, they kind of roll their eyes at me, that I'm glad I grew up in the 80s. There were a lot less distractions, right? With no phones, no social media. We didn't have the internet. So.
Yeah.
But super proud of these young people. They juggle a lot between their studies and athletics and all the things that they do. Really proud of them.
No doubt. And and students, student athletes, they get pulled a lot of different directions, and it's pretty special. High school is a special time for kids. There's a lot of growth and development, and just kind of learning who you are and learning how to deal with the world.
Well, certainly some good things to take away from this. The night that Ben Klaus had, that was a very determined Ben Klaus tonight.
No kidding. I mean, and the neat thing about it, running hard, and lots of his runs, I mean, he was breaking tackles, using his shiftiness and craftiness, just doing a fantastic job getting free. And really, I mean, just showing, Ben does such a good job of keeping his shoulders square. That, to me, is one of those things that stands out. Good running backs always have their shoulders square to the line of scrimmage. And Ben, no matter where he's juked and jived to, always does such a good job of keeping his shoulders square. And his foot drive is just unmatched.
We saw Asher going to his right make some nice throws tonight. Still looks a little uncomfortable to his left, and they'll continue to work on that. The one thing that I would love for Asher to kind of is to trust himself more when the play is not there like he wants it, to go ahead and take off and run with it.
Yes. As quarterbacks, you typically have guys that you have some that want to tuck and run it instantly and give up on trying to throw it too quickly, and then sometimes you got guys that are trying to extend the play, and Asher's a guy, he's very unselfish, so he's always looking to try to throw the ball downfield and try to find an open receiver, but sometimes those guys are covered up. But it's one of those that this is just his fourth game as a starter at Buhler, full time, and so he's just going to continue to develop and and hopefully have that big A game coming into the Wamego matchup next week.
Yeah, not to elaborate it too much, but now another potential injury. We'll hope for the best for Colby. If it is a sprain with that thumb, if it's broken, obviously he's not going to be able to snap the ball with a broken thumb. Is there a potential for him to wrap that and get back at another position, or do you just hold him out?
With broken hands, broken fingers, it all just matters how bad it is, because if you have to get pins, that typically maybe will curtail your season.
We don't want to speculate as to what it is.
Yeah.
But we'll wish the best for Colby. It's, some years you get through and you feel like, wow, we didn't have any major injuries this year. And every once in a while you have a year like here we are 4 weeks in, and that's our second center to get hurt. And just some of those things, you lose a starting corner, wide receiver, kicker, some of those things just starting to add up a little bit.
Yeah. It's you never know. Any player is just one snap away from being called on, and that's one of those things that Buhler, with the depth and just the program that Coach Warner's built over the years, there's lots of guys on the roster, and so those guys just got to be ready to go because they could get called on at any given moment.
Well, you look at the score, 42-20, but really those last two touchdowns, we pretty much emptied the sideline tonight. So those last two touchdowns against a lot of our reserve guys, kind of empty points. So the game I felt like Buhler could have scored 3-4 more touchdowns than they did, but not a game that was really ever close.
Yeah. I know Coach Warner, he's going to be ecstatic that, Ben Klaus set the school single game rushing record. And kind of a neat thing, too, that we didn't talk about. I had the opportunity when I was a high school coach, we had a player that set the single game rushing record. And the neat thing about that rushing record, Aaron, some guys that will be able to really kind of hang their hat on, all those linemen, because that was one of the things that when we knew this kid was close to setting the school record at the half, that was kind of our last thing that we left the locker room going, hey, you want to be able to tell your kids that you help Kenny Slattery set the single game rushing record for Hill City. So that's something that, Coach Warner and everybody involved with that offensive line can be proud of, that they helped get Ben that record tonight.
Well, Martinez got to be licking his chops for next year.
Yes, no doubt. No doubt.
Well, a big win. More to come on our Rise Up Reno locker room show. We'll hope to get final thoughts from Coach. We'll get our final fill-up of the night and go over some final scores when we come back here from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Coming up on the Rise Up Reno locker room show, we'll name tonight's player of the game and hear final stats in our Dix Phillips 66 post-game fill-up. Your home for Crusader football is HKFM.
Let the party begin where the pizza never ends. Come fuel up, raise up a cup, gather up your grub at the hub.
Hey, it's Sammy from the Hub Brick Oven and Brewery, inviting y'all to join us in Mound Ridge. The station, Coffee and Bakery, is open at 7:30 a.m. Monday through Saturday for all your coffee, bakery, and ice cream fixes. Don't forget to try one of our delicious appetizers. Our brick oven is fired up from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Come get your grub at the Hub.
At Blue Stem Communities, they believe in living well at every stage of life. With trusted locations in McPherson, Heston, North Newton, and Hutchinson, they're proud to offer vibrant senior living options from independent living to assisted care and skilled nursing. Each community is grounded in compassion, connection, and a commitment to nonprofit mission. Come and see what living well can be at Blue Stem Communities. Live well with Blue Stem Communities in McPherson, Heston, North Newton, and Hutchinson.
Cupcakes, cookies, cake, oh my! Holly here with Holly Sweet Treats. Come down to my shop at 205 South Main in Hutchinson for sweet treats and fun last-minute gifts. We also offer daily lunch specials, sandwiches, salads, and fresh baked bread. Call us at 888-YUM.
Plaza Astor Realty is your top choice for both commercial and residential real estate. Consistently ranked #1, we've been serving our area for over 40 years. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, our expert team is here to help. Call or visit plaza-astor.com.
The Anchor Inn and Anchor Away have been serving authentic Mexican food to Hutchinson and surrounding communities for over 35 years. Treat friends and family to the Anchor's legendary dishes in their large banquet room, famous buffet, and relaxed atmosphere. Open Monday through Saturday. For the same great food with the convenience of a drive-thru, visit Anchor Away at B and Adams. Like Anchor Inn and Anchor Away on Facebook for specials. Anchor Inn and Anchor Away, authentically delicious in downtown Hutchinson.
Crusader football on HKFM.
All right, back here on the Rise Up Reno locker room show. Chris, well, we've got a chance here. We'll get final stats in a minute. Let's run through some scores in our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard.
Well, kind of go over some of the scores of past opponents and future opponents. The last score we have out of the Hayden-Wamego game was with about 4 minutes left to go in the fourth. Hayden blowing out Wamego 35-6. A score of notes within the AVCTL. Mulvane came back from behind. They were trailing Augusta in the fourth quarter by a couple scores, and Augusta was driving, but then Mulvane picks a late pass to defeat Augusta 26-23, so the Orioles nearly upsetting Mulvane. The final on McPherson tonight, McPherson 46, Winfield 27. Ashton Malm, one of the receivers for McPherson, had over 200 yards receiving, plus a 97-yard kickoff return, so he went north of 300 yards in all-purpose yards, which is just crazy. So a couple of those other scores from people that we play or will play. Just some other AVCTL scores. Andale, no surprise, 54-7 over Collegiate as they continue to just march through Class 3A. And, of course, one of the things we hadn't talked about, classifications came out this week. And so we know our classifications for the next 2 years in football, for this year for sports. Andale, one of the biggest 3As, so they did not move up, but we talked about it. St. Thomas Aquinas, however, is coming down.
As is Great Bend.
And Great Bend. And, Great Bend, of course, will be in the western part of the state, so that'll be a school that Buhler will probably continue playing.
Cape and Mount Carmel and Andover Central are both going up.
Back up. And right now, Capon, one of the schools near the top of the 4A West, so it'll be good to see them go back up top. But
I think, a few other changes. I think Holton moves down to 3A. I'm not sure who comes up to replace them. But
Yep. And I do believe Ulysses still stayed 4A, so the specter of traveling to Southwest Kansas is a possibility.
I can tell you this, we do not want the Andale Indians to move up into Class 4A.
No. I am glad to know that they will be down in 3A for another 2 years because Coach Schmidt has continued the machine that Coach O'Hare built, and they continue to just be a dominant force in high school football in Kansas.
Cape and Mount Carmel beat Wichita Northwest in overtime tonight, 43-42. Mays South squeaks by Campus, 34-26. Hutch High a winner tonight, 35-13. St. James beat Blue Valley, 32-29. And you mentioned Mac winning. Rock Creek holds on to beat Abilene, 28-14.
Another update in that Wamego-Hayden game. Hayden now has scored again. It's now 42-6 with 3.5 left to go in the fourth.
Eudora beat Ottawa tonight, 35-21. Ottawa had gotten up into the top 5 in the rankings in 4A this week, but that proves to not be good for them as they lose. Tonganoxie beat Paola 14-0. Those are some other 4A scores that we have in finals. Lewisburg over Bonner Springs in the East, 21-0. Great Bend beat Wichita North 75-8. Cheney over Clearwater 41-6.
I can give you some other scores from around Central Kansas. Heston over Nickerson 55-12. Ellsworth blowing out Lions tonight 50-3. Inman shutting out Remington tonight 54-0. Hillsboro over Halstead in the Battle of the H's 22-13. Some other the last score we had, Trinity Academy leading Smoky Valley 29-8. Central Christian 45s the Fairfield Falcons 50-0. Stafford 45ing Maxville 56-6. Trinity Catholic blowing out South Sumner 48-7, trying to get just some of these Central Kansas scores. Sterling, big win over Ellenwood 43-8. Little River 52, Gossel 6.
Marion beat Sedgwick tonight 42-8. Cunningham loses to Mineola in overtime. It's a big win for Mineola, 42-0. And those are all in our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard. We'll get ready for Wamego coming up next Friday night in week number 5. As, the season really gets away from us in a hurry here coming up. So.
Yeah, like we were talking about earlier, can't believe it's October, Wednesday next week. Can't believe the Frolic got started tonight. Frolic for the longest time was the first weekend of October, so just associate it with kind of cooler weather in the fall, but going to be a warm Frolic tomorrow in Buhler, America.
All right, we'll take our final break and wrap it up right after this.
Next, we wrap up tonight's Rise Up Reno Locker Room show with a final look at the Buhler Dental Care scoreboard. Join Aaron West and head coach Steve Warner for the Crusader Coaches Show, Monday nights at 6:30.
Life is better with American Family Insurance because our agents provide specialized local expertise to help you get the right coverage at the right price. We understand that farming is at the heart of what you do, and we want to help protect what you've worked so hard for. Let's build the policy your farm deserves. Contact Tara Haslauer, agent at Tara Haslauer Agency, LLC at 2612 North Main Street in Hutchinson today, or call 620-921-3343. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Livestock nutrition, pet food to feed and see, grain storage and the vet supplies, tires and batteries, crop chemicals, fertilizers, bulk fuel and propane, professionals to count on, we can help you sell that grain. One Stop does it all, CPC is who you call, where full value is always guaranteed. You get today's technology and yesterday's values. Call your Central Prairie Co-op team.
Are you ready to introduce your little one to the exciting world of basketball? Look no further than Hutch-Rec's Little Dribblers program, now open for registration. Little Dribblers is the perfect way to get your children ages 3 to 6 started on their basketball journey. Register now in person at 17 East 1st or online at hutchrec.com.
Visit hutchrec.com and take a peek at all of the healthy living and community spirit activities and events we're offering this season. Your community recreation provider.
Got hail damage? Let Hutch Auto Body take it from here. Hutch Auto Body makes it easy with expert paintless dent repair, backed by a lifetime warranty. Locally owned, community-focused, and committed to giving you first-class service from start to finish. When storms roll through, count on the shop that's here long after they're gone. Hutch Auto Body in downtown Hutchinson, where quality, service, and community come first.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, back to wrap it up. We'll get our final fill-up of the night. Talk about play and the player of the game. Christopher, our Hub Brick Oven play of the game. Home of the world-famous Brick Oven Pizza. Get your grub at the Hub. Really, for me, it's the pick by Jacob Buhler.
Yes. Play of the game, definitely. And player of the game, this is the easiest one in my 12 years of doing this.
Has to be Ben Klaus.
Yes, you set and you break a record that is 54 years old. Something that's older than a lot of the parents that are of these players. And you think about this too, Aaron, and you've been calling Buhler football longer than I have. Buhler has tailbacks. That's one of the things that Coach Warner puts a premium. And whatever guy earns the right to be RB1 at the tailback spot for Buhler is always going to be a dude. And you think about just over the years, the Riley Allens, the Jordan Owens, all those different guys.
Tanner Fisher, Sam Elliott.
I mean, there's just been there's been guy after guy after guy that has gotten to tote the rock behind that line in the eye, and for Ben Klaus to get to own that school record. Single rushing record, pretty impressive. An amazing deal, and to do it on 26 carries too. I mean, that's. I had a kid one time rush for 400 yards, but you know what he did it on, Aaron? 40 carries. So I mean, to do it in 26, I mean he averaged over 14 and a half yards a carry, which is just outstanding, and couldn't happen to a nicer kid. He's a kid that's worked for this opportunity. And battled and coming back from that injury last year, too. You think about his junior year getting cut short due to injury. Neat to see good things happen to a good guy.
All right, well, we are going to get some thoughts from Coach before we get out of here. Coach, congratulations on the win. Pretty neat scene there with both teams huddled at midfield after the game. And, boy, just love our kids and their effort.
Well, I agree. I love that. And I did love the FGA presentation they gave to us. And I forgot to tell you about it, that I would be late, but still pretty cool deal that we were all there and them giving a nice speech and the prayer afterwards. I just thought that was pretty special for both teams to be there. And just a lot, yes, we all want to win football games, but we know what the main reason is why we're here. But I am proud of the kids, the effort that we talked about halftime. We wanted to come out and dominate after halftime, and we did do that, and I'm very pleased with it.
Well, I knew where you were. I could see you, so I wasn't too worried about you. But now, of course, unofficially, we have Ben Klaus with a new school rushing record. That's pretty cool for him, a record that's stood since the 70s. Mike McCoy had the old record, and, boy, that's about as determined as I've seen Ben run. That was fantastic.
Ben ran very well. I mean, what a great game he had. And obviously, it starts up front because he had some holes, but he also broke some tackles, also outran people. And we've had a lot of great tailbacks since I've been here, and he just kind of blew them all away for a single game, and that's pretty special for him.
Due to some injuries, you have to move some guys around tonight. I want to brag on a couple of guys on defense. The best game on the line that Lane Burkhart has had in a Buhler uniform so far.
No, I agree. He did a great job on defense all over the field. The effort was amazing, just getting off blocks and different things. He's been working on it a lot, and I agree with you. He definitely played very well.
And then you throw Jakey Miller to the Wolves. You throw him back there at safety. He's like, I don't know how to play safety. But how about that INT and then the return there late in the game? That was pretty cool.
No, we wanted him to go score. But no, Jacob's a great athlete, and we had a little bit of more depth at linebacker than we felt like we did at other positions. And so we moved him back, and then Rumball came in, did a nice job at middle linebacker. Of course, that changes Asher McConaughey's job of what he does as an outside linebacker. And then we're doing the same thing on the offensive line. When Colby got hurt. It's just the next guy up, and everybody works hard at practice, and that's why they have to pay attention to everything that we do.
Coach, that's been the one thing 4 games in is some of the injuries that you've had to sustain. And, boy, you got to hope that you've kind of paid your dues there because we've lost a few key kids. And as you mentioned, other kids have come in and stepped up. But, man, you hate to see those injuries.
Oh, I know it. It's terrible because the kids have worked so hard for their season. And, an injury takes it away. And McCade has surgery on Monday, so we're hoping that goes well. And then Colby needs to get an X-ray, so we hope that goes well. And just hoping for good things from, for all of them when they get injured, get back as fast as they can.
All right. I know you'll be back at work probably before you get home tonight, getting ready for Wamego next week. So,
without a doubt. That'll be a big game, and I'm sure it'll be a big test for us.
Appreciate your time, Coach, and we'll talk to you on the Coach's Show on Monday.
Thank you.
That's Coach Steve Warner with his final thoughts. Let's wrap it up, guys, with some final stats tonight. Our final Phillip of the night brought to you by Dick's Phillip 66, 4th and Stevens and Hutch. All right, Andrew, throw some numbers at us, buddy.
42-20 is your final, and I added 3 different ways on Ben's number, so I hope that it's exactly accurate and he's not just like a couple of yards short officially on that record. But good job, Ben Klaus there, 26 for 369, which is a new school single game rushing record for Buhler, as we mentioned before. Circle pretty good on the ground. They were 39 for 204, which is 5.2 yards per carry as a team, which would get a lot done usually, but Crusaders 38 for 420 as a team. That's 11.1 yards per rushing attempt as a team for Buhler, and that includes only 1 yard from Landon Martinez today. Total yards, Buhler 487, Circle 365. Crusaders had 18 first downs to Circle's 13. Third downs, Buhler just 1 for 6, Circle just 1 for 12. Crusaders only 0 for 1 on 4th down, and Circle 2 for 4. Something we mentioned in the first half that plagued the Crusaders was penalties. They were 5 for 50 in the first half and just 1 penalty for 4 yards in the second. So they finished with 6 penalties for 54. Circle 2 for 15. And Buhler just that 1 turnover, the interception in the first half. Circle had 2 turnovers. Both of those were thrown interceptions to the Crusaders. On the ground, Circle ended up, like we said, with 204. That's most of that in the second half. Franklin Ekwe, 19 for 74 with 1 touchdown. But he was outdone by the quarterback that came in the second half, Cole Wilbur, just a sophomore, you said, 11 for 77 with 1 touchdown. And then number 3, Jason Smith, had 4 rushes for 79 yards for Circle. Most of that came on 1 play. His long was 52 for that big touchdown he had in the second half. So 3 guys actually ended up with over 70 yards, all had a touchdown for Circle. That was all of their scoring. And then through the air, Asher Zachary, 4 of 10 for 67 yards with 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Jackson Pratt was the leading receiver for the Crusaders with 2 catches for 47 yards. And Max Harmony, 1 catch for 9 yards and a touchdown. And then through the air for Circle, Mason Stobart was 9 for 20 for 100 yards. He had 1 pick. And then Cole Wilbur, who came in the second half, 2 for 7, 61 yards and 1 pick. And then defensively for the Crusaders, my defensive player of the game, I would say, was Lane Burkhart. He was all over the place. 7 tackles, 3 tackles for a loss, and 3 quarterback hurries, but I felt like he was in on a ton more. Dylan Skripsick, 4 tackles, 3 pass breakups, 1 interception. He returned that for 50 yards. Jacob Miller had 9 tackles with 1 for a loss, and his interception went for 66 yards. Asher McConaughey, 5 tackles, 1 for a loss. Max Harmony, 5 tackles, 1 for a loss. A pass breakup, which Max will tell you should have been an interception. Jackson Pratt, 5 tackles, 2 for a loss and a sack. And Xander Zaradnik. Am I saying that right? He got a sack today. Let's go. Noah Hayes, 3 tackles, 2 for a loss. Jackson Rumbaugh, 3 tackles, including 1 for a loss. Garrett Gleason, 2 tackles, 2 pass breakups, and a whole bunch of other Crusaders got in towards the end. We had a whole bunch of Jacob Burklow, I should mention earlier in the game too, but I heard a lot of names I'm not used to hearing in the second half of that one. Caden Glass was in there. Give me some other names that we saw.
Oh, my gosh, a bunch of them. Pretty much the entire roster.
Jacob Anderson. I mean, we got Schultz in there. We got a whole bunch of kids getting a ton of action in the second half. So a lot of stuff that you're going to see stat-wise for Circle came when a lot of those guys are in. No fault to them. But Ben Klaus, obviously the story, 26 for 369. Not a bad day for Ben.
Well, Ben Klaus becomes the 7th Crusader all-time to rush for over 300 yards in a game. 6 of those have played for Coach Warner. Speaks to the quality of tailback that we've had in his program. Mike McCoy held the record set on November the 4th, 1971 against Nickerson. 364 yards, but we believe that has been broken tonight by Benjamin Klaus. Ben with a big night, Buhler with a win, and we will head to Wamego next Friday night. Join us Monday night for our Crusader Coaches Show. We'll be live with Coach at AJ Sports Grill inside the alley at 6:30 to talk Crusader football. And, of course, we'll have players with us, too, in our player profile. Andrew, thank you for all the numbers and support tonight. Appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I want to wish best luck to all of our athletes this weekend. Cross-country, volleyball, tennis, all with big meets tomorrow. And, of course, Buhler Frolic, our high school and middle school marching bands, and several of our singing programs will be performing at the Frolic. Hope to see you downtown. Events get started early. And, of course, the double parade at 10. And then also good luck to our marching band there in the Air Capital Invitational in Wichita. They're the defending champions of that event, and they will play tomorrow in Goddard at the football stadium there in Goddard at 4:45. Yes?
A couple of new things going on at the Frolic this year, so you're going to have to go check it out. I'm not going to give anything away, but if you were in the area tonight, you already know one of them.
They had a concert tonight. And they have another one tomorrow night.
And something was sold at the concert we don't normally get to see sold outside in Buhler.
Yeah,
so
well,
you might have to – I hope my Mennonite preacher is not still here listening to me.
You can find Chris and I at the Pronto Pub stand. That's where we'll be.
That's what you'll be, indulging in the non-adult beverages?
We will be enjoying Pronto Pups. Yes. Yes, we will.
Well, after 6, you'll be able to get one with something else.
Okay. Well, we look forward to all the activities at the Frolic tomorrow, and hope to see everybody in downtown Buhler. Thanks, gentlemen, as always, for our statistician, Andrew Epp. For my partner, Chris Schenk, on the sidelines tonight, Matt Atherton, and our camera guy, Jaden Yingling, who did a great job for us, as always. Aaron West, have a pleasant good evening. You've been listening to coverage of Crusader football here on HKFM.
Samuels Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on the giant corner of 30th and Lorraine in Hutchinson, Kansas. We take pride in supporting our community and our student athletes. Hi,